nti abusafo ye mo akwa aba ye mo ache so wo UTV critical issues so anope ya from a vim lady Afia Pokua hu se tutu obi nam ayi efom hanom a ba ha sa we ye chlorine diffuser ene ye di egu studio ha ni nyina ne se ye kire wo se covid no wo ho na se kra de virus no nani asan bre amwadane ne ho na fofo bi aba delta variant eno de eba said nka kane covid no eba ma wabowa na hunti na waye mre no we de ntisa o eya ya na eda o na de wako nti ya no ye se enhye mask a ye enhye mask ye si studio no eye kasa eho adwuma ne ye enu nti na ye ba studio ya na ye ntumi enhye mask no ye de chlorine diffuser no esi ya said ebe sanitizing from anum nyina na ye hakra wu free ha abepi ha said we fa machine mu kra ma na sanitize hu nyina te said esi airport no ansa na we ready dan no wabon say yes yes ro covid kra echen wo nti yemo ho ban ne covid-19 cases na twam 5000 enya agro enkoche na nado ena enkoche mahama ena enkoche wo mu mienu kra so a aduro no me se ehye owo anu mu kra ebekọ akoto e de amomo ti minu mienu na yebekọ general hospital yebekọ kolebu la polyclinic ami akwakọ wu rough no ye na wo se obo ye ho ban menko ka se na nado no atna ho ntu show mask no de obeye bia nyakopon de opese wo ye na asase so no wonwie nti ye nya ahode ansa na wato so ne membra ye main topic no so be emphasize that kese this chocolate drink do here any ensuo share any special ice mineral water any special drinks na ensuo ne hia me pa sase ne nipa enya kidney no kidney no so aban sika bia ni mu a wo de be dialysis yo NHIS inimu o enti wo ahwe na onya kidney a etse ya sentence owuo mu no wotin kwam so wawu wanya 5 million ko dialysis a no owuo mu ti me special ice mineral water no ensuo no bo nya de nom sachet wo ho na bottle ho emu de bia obenya bia nom nenya ahoden na yemfa enchi akese so ma IGP a oko yewra opombuenu COP opombuenu se police mag siminchen den yewra opombuenu na de ma me chese be ma be ye bi wa ye adwuma eno mo ye parade edi ja no kwan passing out na IGP foforo so awoba COP ekufu dampare onso onkwaso e kani papa wo police ho ahofama ne odo a commitment passion obi a oye man of integrity ekufu dampare uyi no free mu a enye nti ye ma ochinkwa nti unua be ma COP opombuenu de oyeye no beto aso na ye ni ye na ye ne kese na ye ne better wajudin e history books mu nti anope ye nto aso ye de aseda ene nchia ma ye production team ni nyina ne wo fie ye nua be ma odame ma me da form wo across nti ne ye wie ya na ye kone akwakosie no na ye nua be ma Nico Ronnie Nico eso state housing ono so ma me da form ya state house eno mbe no ye ne aye papa seche popro boating is journalist broadcaster woti adwuma ase we train ye mu bebre ene ye kra seche popro boating ti ebusuafo ni nyina ye mamu ya akoye beba befa ho ye nyina ye pay last respect because enipa de gise de we boni aye no enipa bonefo so bi ya de ma no wan kaye na we boni aye saa wu nipa no yakopon kra che se wo sakra kra menye sure se yakopon bepe wasem num nsuo wi anado anu atwetwe fom yenkofo bebre ho no ma so obi kra atwa mu no chia wa waye o papa nti ye de ye ni so de se che obi a ye fa ne nsem wa anye ehwe kra na yesua bibi won ho ye ni so saa nipa no that the bosco num ne ade o training we appreciate them ye ni so mo but ebinum de wo de train won mo aduane di appreciate you crime but embra economy ni nsem no so the major issue e was here kan economy no emu when say last week ka kuayo any job creation adwuma ni honom anya me anim na say wo ground attention nkofo ye wa attention wo ho enkoye kra emomafo na ebufu a wo de ohwe social media kra be ma wo indication of say the atm na okoye nkrase awodo na mrante ni nyina bankran omba be pa adwuma yi enkran nso so adwuma bi ani ha nti e bede ne yetumi aboa ma economy no ayeye na budget ayera kenoforiata ede ebeto edwa no we eye budget review but onim say we di kan kra the budget 2021 abeto ama budget so wa kire say covid nankasa no target na abota ya wo 2021 budget bi say ebe ma economy na asan a recover as economy na yare covid achi economy no nti ebe ma ya ma no vaccine ni ya wo economy ni nro said na president mama ka mre bi say economy nankasa is in ICU na se economy ne papa nye se born na ni covid economy no kra dawa oxygen ku na tuatua no a wo ho meche. The truth of the matter is Ghana economy no na nka nye covid na nka eyara oye nuanom a yewo Nigeria ya omo hwe Ghana economy omo de Ghana etwa Nigeria for mpoa that Ghana peace safety asumbe wo Ghana kra omo de twa Nigeria mpoa because niema Ghana wo no Nigeria for omo wo mu be empimanim but look at Nigeria womo salary no matter petrol look at Nigeria is West Africa biggest economy enti ye de na chia pa enti ne de pressure man na do ne MPP aban say we have the men yet is kaso nkom de no on fix Ghana because enim say obetumi aye nti e was of fix Ghana obetumi aye edu ti ne pam Mahama ne NDC free wa 1 million extra vote mu na Ghana for the ma MPP. I don't think say was say MPP for underestimating the power of 1 million extra vote no Ghana for the ma 2020 about we cry here tro kan no hwe vote MPP omunya ye e wo mu so omu seats in bebe lose omu lose but over 500,000 plus extra votes e chese Ghana for jimudi se mbetimi affect economy no nti se hoba na ba yi no brofo akese na obeka wo ba yi ne tro kan de a he ne ye bekasa wo ye ne yie so a ye bekasa e te se de make us before covid na economy ne enye de so na it was picking up mayara nti covid ne ba ya fe de yakọ ICU 2021 budget and target towards getting the economy back on track. Obeka President Kufuado, one of the fellow Ghanaian sessions are not here in his broadcast. Okay, say, nipe wa yen to me some man man kwa mubio. Cause onye nyankopon kwa no betimi ama nipa ba. But economy dey then we can bring it back. Yen nyine we say the President Kufuado Ghana economy. Ye oba na ekọ hipik. Look at how our President Kufuado free power na economy now bouncing back. Na Kufuado complaining there, but things had improved. Our President Kufuor around 2003 2004 na Ghana cedi baako na dollar baako na ejina nti economy dey we can always bring it back e ho ne ye person na do on fa economy ni nko back na economy ni nyina na so na mrante ne maba wenye adwuma especially na do eba power na do ka che say ono oba power ade baako pe na da ne koma so 1D1F industrialization factories obeye enum ne ade ebe boa manwuma aba na economy no so far no na grow photo ya hu ye nkofo omwo informal sector no ne ade one of the key things about 2021 budget was improving access to financing so obema sika bu ama omu oyi adwuma bodwa ne adantamo ti say ma menum a wo mo ton ade bia nipa mienu baako na te ne store no so onye sika kakra kan ho a ko betimi afa nipa be miensa nan aka ne store no ho ama ono so store bia wo Ghana wo fa nipa 2 yen fan time say store so dodo e wo Ghana ne ehwe despite media ye work as a bro 800 say yen sika say nye covid na ma ye jaye adore jaye party event na ye jaye na ka despite media nya advert ya enko mo ye mo quote na afia na say other media houses mo quote na afia ke be fa double the number omu nyina betua social security omu betua income tax omu salary so okotade obetua VAT o baby obehwe no o akora bi obeto say everybody is going to pay taxes in a capital injection into the economy. It's one of the key things the economy we must obema sika aba economy nim na bosia bia obi asefata no ne sabeka bi eti say the President Kufuor tan obeka ya na ya de bosia bank for me say e first car bank o efia beje o benya asase ato tema na ne ye wo mu tata o ya betete ne kakraka backlist ya betete ne kakraka. There was access to funding. Another key thing under 2021 budget was in stimulus accountability framework. And I buy to or yes stimulus accountability just what per se e share wo ye dey pick economy ni up nyina no obema accountability nkontabam na nya say aban akwaje taku sempoa ne ehunu de aban de ye e ho na te say MPP aban o more problem no. The key thing MPP aban one even communicating this accountability to Ghana for no is a major problem. Where Senkayera Kenofoyata a politician pa and Kasabo Okojina budget review ase Eko kan say ye be susu obi entua donation of 100 Ghana onka Senkay Kwesiboche na Rollins time no ye finance minister and na Senkay Osafuma for no ye finance minister under President Kufuor and na bia ban redu that person will not make a politically suicidal or politically incorrect statement like susu there because Senkawanka Susu Cathedral na sema it wouldn't have changed anything. and the focus and the narrative will be on a DN economy ni beye. Jobs be na mbe create. Most mo ye obatampa care share program. That would have been en komo enka budget na chi nyina be koso. But we there, ya budget review awie. Enso adechie besi ne obi aka cathedral ye 100 because people can see, including me, and college schools and the trees. Me the video ni be better, but I'll come back to that issue. Why that is a major issue about to be communicating in Yemano. Then another issue, say further safeguard of financial stability. About chese who say sikasem Yemano pesi a gina faako. Na nkoye de broni beka se fluctuating. And na ekoha, ochina ekoha and they see the no ochina na wa. What say see the no at least to be fair, a gina kakra for some time now. That is one of the focus of 2021 budget review. No, the Ghana's financial system remains relatively stable, satisfactory, capitalized and underpinned by sufficiently effective regulatory framework. However, the current pandemic has created some level of financial turmoil, which is true. COVID nearby, money ma share den nyina nti ade ba ko say manage na. KPMG 4-year research be an analysis of 2021 budget review. One of the things a teasy out of budget review was immediate action to build infrastructure. So buying 2021, one of the key things of building infrastructure, acquiring idea. Since it's a construction is start here, and a bema emerante any maba any juma ye mason for carpenter for welder say. Make us say kakra no beba no abaya ma yati assess or the contractor for about 8 billion and or the 8 billion Ghana cedis. Or the contractor for 8 billion Ghana cedis so. And now no chairman of Roads and Transport Committee chairman say see I see a buyer acquiring in Accra, they will need $8 billion. Ni nyina they are buying to me because the economists they catch there's no physical space. Just a Ghana sika semno. Acquiring emu ache ya bobo siana menesi nti eni bibia ye de betwe ho. Enna ye sika no so aye to no aye je no. Wo ya Accra ani Kumasi a. Chese ye tua Ghana eto no emu ohamu dio watwe 80% ya. De aka ni nyina omuntua. Inti Accra ni Kumasi and Ghana sika ejina. I'll come back to that issue again because yen tua tax yeso ni ya no odin kese social media. Yen tua tax o. Yeso ni ya no odin. Inti Accra any Kumasi pe and they contribute to 80% of government revenue. The question is omo Canada no muntua. But again, another side of it is that omo Canada so eduma bene o. E dey na omo ye ombetia ho tax. And if you are building, spreading the economy around, say, economy benyinia and perhaps umbetimenyi. Then another thing, I say, action to support businesses and communities. Abaying says, on one to mean creative jobs in Yina. And they say, no, action bia, or the economic boost, Bema, or my Bojani, and Dantemo to say the MBSSI for me. Nanka Buana, almost all creative jobs, and Buama, other people. That is one thing Abaying will say, or to mean Chilemupo Yen Chilenko for. Would it come up and call for about 1 hour cathedral asem? Cathedral asem for home. Because churches don't book as on Komwa ebe contribute esi. If you are giving money to small scale people under Ghana cares about Tampa program, government supporter, yadema businesses, other na unko kan ho asem. Now men mom yes center stage. Focus more on that. The former boss we can say me that the boss go top of the mind awareness, Toma. You create Toma with this about Tampa care. Who dey wako jina na wako kan cathedral asem. Who dey wako ji weni so. Ama ne cathedral na nkofo dey twa ompoa. Now you'll be a homework now. So much. That's my homework. No. Then I say action to help Ghanaians to stimulate spending. Say about Kenya, Ghana for said about betting me at Tonyama. Because you are Tonyama near Kofania, Bani, be to Abutoka for your to spare pass, your to Ediane, your to a your more Kokumasi, or more Quatamale cook. And no about one economy, the auto, the auto Ediane, Nina Sokakrabanism. Abai say is one of the key things, improving long term growth prospects. Yini economy no to be yini. Ghana so to me abuano mano akonanim. All these things are things that year 2021 budget review no again o share say the KPMG reporter omo ye no omo che say macroeconomic dashboard for 2020 no ho ne ye free a ye de 2021 no budget no eba o share pa de omo che say Ghana economy no a grow 4.9 which is great improvement because COVID by na ka che say 0.9 no kakre ya eba no say Ghana economy is picking up where as of 2020 na Ghana economy was growing at 4.9% GDP growth rate. By June 2020 no na just say e cost 6.5. Also despite covid you can see that when you are buying figures KPMG independent figures and mako peke no afomo ye sector by sector ehimfa ene enyini e what are buying any ekoso service industry it grow by 47.2%. Omo ye omo adwuma private sector nti ye ka job creation sa buy my private sector ni nya so asumdwe ya eho no ombetimi afa workers private sector so echieye private sector so monitor nkofo productivity higher in the private sector echen aban 47.2%. Afi industry every nyuma factories they said they make a vaco Temaro refinery and many ani egui any other ones aye aban bo ne homode so obetimi aya na ayeye senka aban de nani ko ho ene eja cathedral asem na ye di sika ko hye ho no mu a se vaco say vaco de ohia ne kanea aye cheap se vaco nya cheap kanea se ye de akoso mokra mak vaco na ye ne Ghana fo na aka no wo de ye ntua boode wo de aban wo ba na be ka che Ghana fo se Ghana ye to obi aka na emu baby abe 2-3%. Said the bed extra kanea no be chiama vaco na vaco fo afa be 3,000 workers a ukaka Ghana fo be ka se debi ba be ka che Ghana fo se yentua ende Ghana o de enye force kra aso fo ntua ende Ghana ne fancy cathedral obi am ka se no ba yen fan create adwuma wo wi a wo de adwuma na wanya no no kotua ne college amon kotua okotua ne tight amon kotua opeso de koto Florida water no kra de no nyina so bi anim de ba bi no ho no peso let them do it because that's their choice. But me empe juma man crofo. So the service sector is growing, industry is growing, agric planting for food and jobs skirmishes kakra omo ye no agric need to be basho 8.5%. Now look at it, another figure me de oba ko hono say agric na policy rates in ba from agric 18.5 under 2020. Another report be the same KPMG who dey sector we 2014 agric grow 0.9. Tina de bia meka se Ghana economy asem yetna na ma NDC ni MPP for the politics ebe da da ho NDC omo ye dede bebrebe no 2014 we nya me figures KPMG omo figures reference project ya no 0.9 2014 agric and then agric is growing at 18.7%. Inti ayade but yera Dr. Afia Koto say cannot say planting for food and job fertilizer and corn or the can 940 I million and the entire he must come and show us baby is can call ye because en kasa fertilizer ni nyina kwa asase ni mu a Kagana nka say ye export e bro and so e bro wire den ama poultry farmers nya bro it granted the agric has grown from 0.9 under 2014 2015 about 2.3 2016 about 2.9 2016 about 6.1 and that's a massive growth from 2016 and 2.9 2017 about 6.1% and now when you me figures and 2018 about 4.8 hono again in 2020 near said we took our eyes off the ball and na makoto Dr. Free Akoto made calling out say was so yesterday no be bu contact fertilizer zi kan ekon he ekwa asasina se anase konkofo botom we must know. And then after 2019 about 4.6 but also to be fair 2019 so first quarter 3 3.7 quarter 4 about 4.5 inti agric economy other sectors so grow services is also growing over the years but agric is of significance because yen name say kuya yenya kuya mrantie ne maba woni be ya andanko ye we anka Ghana economy ni benya faso bebintie ne expert mpanifo kukudam no studio to come and explain to us say ye be den na Ghana economy no etumi ayeye na ye kra behwe say de be ya ochene bi no ye pe Ghana na yakoyanim ye pe Ghana na mrantie nya adwuma ye mrantie ntete yen ha to say nen kola schools and the trees bra prince yen ko agogo sa schools and the trees so me yen just a quick one so that minister Yera Kenofurata beti say this is the time ye hia cathedral ye na ye gitum say ye besi amanyankopon is good but wa nanado so ono an ekoshe ebo wo Israel say nyankopon mani wini a obesi te kananado saving the salary no de koye enka no perfect but asoy for so mbebo nanado no akosi a fine but so man for say ye mbetua no but abanya chem say voluntary ti asorry for na ka setua that's okay me nua be ma Captain Smart ko ye e ko chair cement ne ade so it's okay efe ba ye de ye padwuma ansa de aka no ne ye de amanya kopon so ho wo se emfa Caesar de ma Caesar ne emfa Yesu de so emma no but me ye ne Dr. Riverson opon economist and Dr. Said Boache and so ye senior economist executive director Institute for Fiscal Studies ye no mo na be twetwe nkomani ahwe economy no nyini ben na nyini na ebe den economy na etumi aya krabehwa ma no etumi akonani ma me fa akọ agogo asem no the reason why na baba issue no cathedral asem na baba issue amankofo bebre kase ebe ya nke ye nhwe de ehia mmom ansa na ye de fata it also doesn't mean say yes cathedral ama nyakopon no enye de ehia but bible no an so ka kire say onyankopon te dan ya ye de yensa anwene mu but Solomon si dan ma nyakopon and also a bible nim but Jesus so ba Jesus so the same scriptures ka say why no si dan ya won sna sense hwe or akade a odi be wie ansa na wa hyase so si that is food for thought enti ye hwe ba bia ankora nketenkete etie ankora nketenkete agogo haya o agogo haya asante achema agogo na ankora nketenkete enya baby papa entna na yesi ekosi cathedral no a obi beka say it begs the question say de here ansa na ye de fata ana me de bia to social media ama me ekọ adan UTV for ekọ adan ho say saa ye hu enkola omotwa nsuo ansa na omako school ba bi ebinom tete enkora ne bi wo nkrase a chese fanta kra de fanta onum bi da eji say bia Vim Foundation akọ krase ana bibisa ne akọ akohwe nkora we ne amomo eti agogode eni ye ya ebe ya chewo no wo hwe nkola alaji morom ne ade ekọ agogo bra prince ye yi agogode no na ye hwe back to asema ye kan say economy ne be den na etumi aba when ye de nkola ekọ ba bia eti say free SHS agisika ni nyina de but the question is that ben ene ye betimi aboa ama ye de sefata for omani dachi ye nkola no a wo mo na ye future leaders no your computer na freeze amenti ye beto enkomo no so but men kan cho say ye na ne homra ne mpanifo akukudam nyina e be twetwe enkomo ne enche economy no he ena sika no wo ena moa be free aba ene ye betimi ahwe ama oman no ayeyim abusafo betimi ajoin e social media handles nyina oko UTV Ghana e wo YouTube and afi Facebook a utumi join e na de enkomo no ato aso e de ama brepam na computer no e settled da meyi sankola na omote form nyina ama ba se de ma express o me economics enche mu se ena enkoso e wo economy ni me betimi agro ama minu mienu nyina nya adwuma na yaye enye se adwuma kakra bi ena omo de omo salary ni yatum aban adwuma for 4% per salary increase na productivity ben and economy ni benya private sector no so nyamfa so e be den ye ba sisi a Dr. Said Boache ene openikese no omu nyina economists e be cheche nsem no mu e critical issues eso e ba sisi a Absa for some more about critical issues and an opay de ebro I be share say the economy no etie ene ma e betimi aye na ye nyina no adwuma beba Ghana ye benye bi aye nti ne anopay ene mpanifo kukudam ene twetwen enkomo Dr. Riverson opon eye economist ewo studio hasaso ena Dr. Said Boache eye executive director ma Institute for Fiscal Studies ono so ba be ke ho na fe ye no mu nyina twetwen enkomo ye ne economist ni bi so aka ebe kasa ewo Zoom and afi phone so am yahwe from economists no enye politicians on be NDC ni MPP with economy ye hwe say economy it say ehimfa na adwuma no ewo ehimfa na ekwan da ai betimi create jobs ye ma politician bi am be spend keke but ye hwe say adwuma na be free na abeba ye hye enkomo na asem fa say da kese enkoma eye yaboafo madarma ene edi dwumedi nyina ma farmer trust ena ye kanfo ama farmer trust di nura kese ena omde aba FDA age atum say entena ho ema covid abayi yare nketenkete ne akese nyina maje emos wom didu ema papa aba chese betimi aboa pa yi nsonson na fi nkura no nkura ntichu be no omdidi agro na tim ne ade ebe yi ni nyina wo nkura ne yem na chese boosting kola na immune system pa beboa wo ye pani so a wo mo opanifo de ho nkura so ade ho na eye wo mo lime Lumi Trust na Lumi Trust so ekum malaria bia ya wo eto de bi kra na malaria na achi wo so wadwen ye say e bi kra na ye eyi FSF covid na ye o madaroma nti omo wonu awudo ni nyina ye kono mecheche ni nyina emu e de acho trazo enso ewo mu eye trazo la eno ekum ensunsun pa mecheche ni nyina mu acho na omo no ni bi na ewo ha se enu nti onam pharmacy shop now pedi obetimi dey aboa wo say every day bia o immune system ni gina na so a wo mo adama ene beboa do okopon anu pe mo akwaba
ye nua
mpacho so ho ye de
nyame adom boko pa na wo so
enyakopon adaroma ese ho ye ye sha se free so ne ye say say economy no major thing your budget read with no minister e kan wasem ne say the economy ni betimi asan aba on se back bio ye hwe o man ni sikasem ye say ekoyie ana age gon say de na no na nkofo bi kase eduru hepeke kra na ase nko ye mpese e be ka no kra kire yin
all right we dey dase na edikan na me de asada be ma so oton sa frame say me kire madwen na me de kwan isu be da be chia watiefo nyina ene me na mfofo so nyina ene atiefo em say a year ago ye tena ha pensam nyomom kakra ehwe kwanya covid di be faso na obe kai so a ye nkomo no sha safe free wiase nyina impact ana de ba Ghana so enti obe kai so a ye some focus bi enti ye beka ye bi betiamu na ya compare with the actual figures ti so hwema ye ka say Ghana GDP no nanka ye hwesen ke be grow by 6.8 ana covid-19 ye hu say emaso ti ye hwe be 2.6 ye din komo no so ye ka say covid kwa chi na say ye hu ya nso no ntema ye betima re negative afia no kre so hwe June 2020 budget review hu say GDP ni den negative 5.7
2020
yes 2020 ye be kan ba but ekuwie December no etimi bo modern core 3.3 which I think for an economic standpoint no na it say yeah yentimi am fa negative na mi afi no so he June 2021 year yen nam 3.1 if you what I say nam 3.1 it's so compare June negative 5.7 and 2020 3.19 let us say yeah from the economic point of view
I say a bounce back
economy so share inflation na 11.29 na atiaba 7.8 yeah let us say yeah but Afia yenwe ho na yenhwe de ne ma inflation ti baaye ho no na yasem me kan ayi nkratai na me hwepa seka honorable minister betwere kwan yom fa so nya asa 7.8 na say
okay
de ne boaye but so we economists now working kan yom kakra we beti ase say enyama 4 pa na ema inflation ekostro ewo country BM increase of taxes sebama on taxes akostro any increasing of production cost say omino produce nyoma na say cost of materials ekostro ema inflation so ba afesu demand say nipa pade ato na ni ho a yenhwe sanitizer na 1 cedi about 20 cedis no boy kasa me boy and na inflation ba
okay
yes afi abase say yede che say no smart see na ne boy na top pack 100 cedis say me turn 20 cedis
you are sure
enti so we have curve no for 2020 inflation no now the here and now that's a public spend akofom and it's one of the key indicators of inflation.
Okay.
So budget na almost for last year no na eso change the almost spend year because of COVID nearby almost the revenue was not going to come. Enti public spend no from the government sector no akofom enti automatically be affecting inflation.
Okay, internet is inflation abafom no enye aban bibia waye bia ama na abafom by public spending na abafom
em ka say indicators na kan be for
okay
a dose
okay
enti na ka me person ka honorable minister betima chire mu amaya hu say which of these indicators na mo apply ya
okay
same with it in there for the country say inflation cost you have a stable forex that is beautiful but I will say you who say bibi ne mana bibi ne mana ko form na say mana cost and am mabosu but me dem say public spend no ko form aban no and spend be brave because budget no or review here scan ma no ho ana demand in the first quarter no that was against the last quarter you know all affect into here in May inflation price inflation was 7.5
May this year
May June ya cost 7.8 bastro ti me you monitor from now to December. It's possible if they're going to maintain this status quo. Possible say you bet me I money. But I mean looking at the economic indicators is good.
Inti bibia akabia chese economy no bounce back.
No correct.
Inti anya that bad. Economy nim ko epic.
No, me hu sir.
Because this week no there was rhetoric. NDC ni other people ni ebinum ka economy no is in shambles enye egu inti na me person independent minded people are mo be cheche mo say pay the numbers na mo ne de but doc me say about because there's also this ensema nkofo ka say nkonta na ya mo kan eni o mo botom na o mo hwe mo botom ni o ma setene mo ene form a enye no no mo hu no enye sa abrofo na mo kan
but say nkata egu ya nimi a ye hwe ene de enya free bank of Ghana because me kan ye me ko bank of Ghana ko verify say it is our ho it is pepepe it is enye nkontompo na ye twa de na say net de na ye but remember the effect of this COVID on the economy.
Okay,
this is the fiscal point. That's why it's called the fiscal policy or fiscal economics. But yembra it's not kan ye bottom unemployment honorable minister nankasa e kan ho asem say den akofo so ohwe wiase nyina Afia tesa obabia me sheda ko Norway me ko US me ko UK me ko Nigeria ko Angola e ko hwehwe omo nsem kakra say de ekoso wa ha no sa na ekoso aman yi mu ana etisa so where Norway 2020 ko form
adwuma ni ho
enye adwuma no me ka GDP
no ko form
okay ko form adwuma no de ma nya mfi omo TC site on
okay
so where US adwuma de ko form pa and they publish it
okay
US ko form pa
unemployment no?
Yes
okay
so a cost me can say the rate of unemployment no cost and they say
amount for adwuma
a cost na okay omo GDP ni so July 2020 a drop pa and we all know it say US your mind be a COVID ya how pa omo Italy ni some few other European countries UK a drop here Brexit a chi omo afi so COVID into one kasa beti ase unemployment so ye den e cost Nigeria omo call negative say they call negative omo call be negative states cry around 2020
as a Ghana call near Ghana negative no po ye che Nigeria de no
for 2020 no let's say ye dey positive so that's here Now okay Angola so the same thing. But omo no obetias here because omo mienu no e your mind bia omo economy no it depends solely on oil and gas. Enti emrepe oil prices be ko from no. O so hwe trend na affect mo pa. So here 2014 to 2018 when the term oil, every term oil and economics move, when oil prices go down.
I want to buy oil more. Nebo no ba form.
Omo chromo papa. Call form papa between 2014 to 2018 for Nigeria and 2014 to 2017 for Angola. Eti eno so yanyama bi ese ye hwe. Se Ghana ese ye si etu oil na ye ma ya dran ko oil no so a. One kasa kona ko hwe oil impact 1% per on the GDP.
Oil no.
They bro no because oil price are from. It any can say or man say you generate revenue. You might drink be no core if it be non-renewable resources. I idea out two esa. And any in 20 years time, in 50 years time, you are oil now. Who's gonna be from here? It immediately says you drew advice I don't buy now. Your point be brave, you yabo. So be a young reliable brave oil economy.
I am a desert of the oil, nothing because in comfort I can and on my oil, you will good, you will say. But and I will change him a contribution to Ghana GDP, Ghana growth, Ghana nini sika sem no credit says so PB.
Yes.
Let us oil near to home by the anticasu. Mami ko Dr. Kojo a research fellow at Center for Social Policy Studies, University of Ghana, Legon, Ahumano, so doc more year research be with if you do mantem and or more picking data from the ground. Into okay, economists no, or more think crank and more can the mudo. Or more better no more casana, Uberana, Ebimunti, Munya Buchana Muntie, Nayan Yensia be being free. We are more good a no for no one, more picking data from the ground. On China buying their back. And some of the casa buying say to almost care economy nasama trudo and omokano. No Pokua I no pay a much young.
I made you so Minghamba.
Sabusia for no way there.
Naminadum.
A dog that's a why you penny so near Becca no beche economy. But my said Doctor Nian Quebecas my diagnosis of Ghana economy no. Say the Ghana economy ni jina hono. So ye nipa da senia. Kabecas or Yari na or hoarding.
Only products in here, and you meet me. I can say, Ubia, wire check a crack, na, Ubio Yarian was saying, appreciate na, and Kakanka crack, Dr. Flordy, or Monte Goodies, one, and Kakanka crack. I say, what stabilize it, na, my candidates are as a no, also. Now, the open point beer will be to me after so much. Ghana in Kakria, with me account.
Then should be say, economy no yare and one ton on the idea. One of the things as 2022 budget review, Minister can was said towards a recovery, on economy in a hotono. No national bounce back, putting the economy back on track. Maybe I agree, or say, or share first. Second quarter, what was the economy ni no cray?
Say you shed the day if you buy na a form pint, the dear a cry a dream. I say a year later, it will be a kind of beer or yarina. First, note me to America, but ye be but the alien buy and I feel back on the home tea. Now, I think I can't doctor, I cannot be in the name with tobacco. First, the note me to you, Timothy Marco, Kakra. I just said, be them. Name the one tono. Or see me that them. If it's an answer now, comedy them, not a group, no. Not in no near Afia, no near beer 6% to 7%. And a name of bear moon and 70 yet to call ya Branian drew back 1%. And as you think, I can't cry, do 3. And you know, Obeka said, dear, a Yinabum, a Yinibum, a desirable fry will be in the back, which you say, you know, and yet, new Finan, when you know, Yina and Kawede, winning. Into Ghana, no baby, and yet true, no said, you see, Penono, baby, and Kiwono. Ye Yinibum with your bat, ye young baby, ye drew. As I said, ye bomb modena, ye way, we share. Review ya, yes, a bomb modena, ye done. de ye three if you say ye tebia no ye ntise abrofo na say o minor akoko mo ni America ni UK no ni o mo nyini dada ye no ye ya man ye problem aye won Africa ka e do so bebrebe se ni pani adwuma ye eni ade ade ntise base amanye say up to ye na ye pese ye keka ye ho ne ye koye ni ma ese se ye koye ni bebrebe nye sa na atete na do so.
Okay, Doc, mami fan ko sectors na wo hwe budget review no o si nyini no. Already before I hono kwa mami busa ene possible say COVID buy na nke Ghana ye betimi a survive ama economy ne ho nkyere no bibia nkan ya na. Ko say de enkomo ko say oh economy no COVID ma ye nyina na economy ne nye na adwuma ni ho na nkofo kom de om na ho kyere om dada. Mpa choche ho ni mma ye.
No cre say the second answer na COVID no ban already na ye o amania that ananya answer na COVID ne ba o mine anga science in ye free developing country ye o amania BPP that the unemployment significant ye juma ye no amania that can say ye bobo sia be amania that man now the bien wa bit na COVID ne ba ye no share say ye chiche no think e be jisika every o my hon na ban no e dia ye ne kunta e dia toto ne niema o nyo de atwa my foka now so enam se COVID ne e ba pepe e be tie ne nti aban no jisika na wu enti wuntimi nka se ka COVID ya ma nkanye se na ye wo bibi ma mem kan se ye wo expectation se enipa ye nyina me ko dwum akoto ne niema any wusu akoto niema so bia to niema se ye inu wato ne me nyana ndia na ma adwuma ye fo no so ye adwuma na wo fankofo no mo do ma ye adwuma se be umpe niema ma bu tia no mbe ye enti ko ba ta COVID no ma ya na nya se ko ye nyata ta COVID afọ man ya wa ngi ya bi be tia ya me na me wo ka me ma me hwe ye ma me spend min discuss robo like na me hwe ni ko de ma me to niema bebrebe na me discuss na abetene pass sana mi ni na wo so wo ye ni fa bebe yi na so ye ntoniema no na the business is near no intimi when I'm saying ye ntoniema so ehun hia zo mu say dey ebe produce na zo mu so be ye sa niema ni eti o mu nye ni na so o man ni na business ba ko nye we nye ni o man ni na mu ko se na afi juma semu no ni papa me ntoniema ye niema ni ye de ko dwa so a obi anto enti se wona woni adwuma wona mafa o se ye adwuma se kakra enipa esha ye so mu to niema me ba be fa woni ko tnafi na be unemployment na ekoso enti ka bibie ye ka ta COVID na bampo no etimi dia mane e ba o man so expectation die enipa ehwe ebe adwene be yi o mu se ya de na bam so o ma enina na se aban no ye bibia mpo na COVID no e dia mane e ba ana face to enya o man yi mu mpa aman fofra ye to nieme flo mu nchen so obeka ya in fact COVID no ansa na ebeduru Ghana na enya amane in March na enya amane o man because import eniema na esi ye de pe o man na bia ebinum wo ma esi de pa na ye de be ye bia wa input de bia photo machine bia na se nieme bia o pese o ya de bu be ansa na March last year no COVID pa Ghana no na ye niema ye kraba yes what you it COVID ni die to pikase COVID na fa mane bia magana na nya no kre na ya mane no ya mane o ho dada dansa na COVID ne ba na COVID no ebe mane ye mo ebe ka ho mane ye mo
enti doc mami musa asade say major problem e face Ghana pa ye adwuma eniwo adwuma ni ho emrante ne mabawa bebregu social media omu di atem nyina ya frustration oyaw e na omo de yesa adwuma ho na bia nka construction koso wa ha we koso wa ha enka bia no wa be yesa na 2020 budget mi no 2021 budget mi no minister can say infrastructure development be ba say nyuma construction be sha ase ye roads ye omo esisi adan nom ne ade estate companies ni ade e na afo so wa be ma sika nso flow ama wo ma ye wo man kasa bojo ne adantamo adwuma se de ba Ghana fo betime di dwa na sika ba economy ni mu na kyese ne ma tumi edi akoniaba saa ne ma ni nyina aban ka ase wo beye no ode Ghana Care Obatampa project na no kwado so be create 1 million jobs sika wo he aye do be saa de no already aban ahyebo 1D 1F onwieye wa hyebo 1 village 1 dam onwieye ema no ho pressure ono kwanya ho asem kra enkan kwan wo economy ni mu aban benye sika amode an na say bosia ya na just wasan abo miwa or the contractor for car fertilizer abandon fertilizer suppliers for car it he no menye sika ndi ayo Obatampa ke any 1 million jobs ni ade jobs napco sika wa he
niamba enokre sikasem any amani nti on say o kasa no kasa amani ba ko pa ni se adwuma ni hono na ba ko so ka ho pa ni sikasem enkeye bia na yitimi sika every oman hono ma ye me fan say amana men bi se France ni ayi no say ye GDP no o kan bibia bo ma ne ma ye producer e binim timi je 30% or how much mu 30 or 40%, 30 or 40%. Yeah, back tax no, and yet 12%. Enti yentimi fa nye bibi kese bia enti utwa already so na mse amanfo agide aban bebe na ba agide bosia ni ade nti no ubeti bosia ubetua eni ehun interest rate ni na free mu no na afi obo nse yaka no untimi fa nye bi aban no 4% ka nurse bi no fa na djuma eni do yin nurse Jacob be hospital or be everything to you for years more. Yentimi fa no if it aban ni nista then you say, yes, mem for a year, man. In Chia, Yetoa, as I say, Intia. And Tia knows only problem, but in said the air came. And contractors, any year, you know, a year, Juma, a buy the pen. I say, and Kasenka, a bit of a contractor, and say, yeah, oh, my, your woman, you would be, yeah. Then you road in Queen, and Katambi, Katabia, Abem, the fire bit never one day. Very young, the most contractors, Munya roadway. Omo ya ombefe ni pa mo ye adwuma eti bra onu ko efe ni mo ye adwuma ansa na nkama ni ebe fi ompulu na wonya road e kama na afi ni pa nso nya adwuma ye so ho ato na obi aho ato na nso so sika ye de beye enna sese su dia beto ni se ye sroka sese ye ne ye mpesi ye betua to omo ye mpesi ye betua to ani ye nso se se ye mpese aban no ebebo bosia enti se pete ye infrastructure na say road bia na say bia e kwan be na ye befa so aye no eno no yama ne omu ti kosi egosi oden koda ye yo men ye se mpeka ye so se ye pete aban no e ma infrastructure e si road ni anyema e ye kama ye so se ye pete e betua to enti kwan be na ye befa so aye enti o man ta mre o mu de Jima, Mavanza Finance Minister, Ghana, Finance Minister of Ghana, Jima, and going in the Pacific, Jim, because in this year, they will maybe a mother say, I gave a quiet year, who youngness, Central Bank, cast Central Bank, in fact, they all call second this one, the Becca, so when a bubble tea chap was it, or what shows are buying on train, no, in the beer and far. Central Bank in the Chakwa, it's all wow, mine or mine. And your home, Lemum, Omuna Juma Bakupa, against you, Mosayamu Mati, Omonese, Omudianka, or mine, Santa Baya, set prices and a fire, and Yama or Meme Pasto, and a Buono, a Pasto, a Postron, Umbaba home by Sabia inflation, and cost too much. And to Majuma Pa, a dear moment. Now the account Buma, a Sandia, Omunshema. Or minor Sabinia employment, if I be near Juma, Nemo Bay, or minor engagement, or support to a bino. Until do baby, a sister Omu, the Elbow man, last year, the woman to say it's 2 baby more, or buy ever bois, or my name, Afino, or my woman, say, Omu, what woman, Omu set inflation, or Friday action. Nanona, a pet. Almost should be COVID no and call said the last year, why and why. And I see so and almost here for them come out and I mean, I nothing. Now be a few few way in Omacos what a pino said by ya amani a ɛwɔ mu no yɛbɛfa so free mu efita ohwɛ mpo a last year no ɛmo mbɛboa yɛ bebrebe no mpo no ama inflation no ankɔ soro ɛkyerɛkyerɛ te deɛ ɛwɔ mu no ɛyɛ ɛnyɛ koraa efita nka wɔn de ka ba wɔn anim na nka amanfoɔ yɛ na nka amanfoɔ tɔ nneɛma bebrebe no nka na nka yɛhwɛ sɛ nka sɛ biribiara yɛ tɔkye ɛyɛ tɔkye ɛkɔ yie a nka sika ba wɔn anim bebrebe wɔn de sika gu wɔn anim bebrebe nka inflation no bɛkɔ soro nanso yɛn ho sɛ inflation no kɔ so ɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛduru te deɛ mu a ɛnyɛ nti kwan bi ɛsɛ mboa yɛ bebrebe yi ɛsɛ sɛ mboa yɛ bebrebe nanso so wɔn de wɔn ani akɔ sɛ wɔn pɛ sɛ wɔn te da no wɔn hyɛ inflation nanso baabi yɛ yɛduru inflation no wɔ fam paa ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn yi wɔn ani kakra fi inflation no mu boa sɛ ɛsɛ yɛnya adwumasɛm ɛne sɛ bi a ɔman no nkotabu GDP no nso ɛbɛkɔ soro ne GDP ɛsɛ wɔn do wɔn ani fi na nka wɔn mu aban ne ka ɛsɛ mu efi sɛ ya o ma anya ne saa na aban no ɛba banks no ɛbɛ borrow from banks a na kyerɛ sika banks no nso so commercial banks nko mu so de bɛma amanfo so kofa bi ebi adwuma ɛnyɛ yi na aban ɛɛgye nti na asɛ yɛ ɛna obroni friend crowding out uyi investment na film na agye akɔma aban nti aban no mpɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ saa ɛna wokɔ abɔnten so kɔkɔ kosia na ɛne exchange rate depreciation ɛbɛ mu a na ama ɛka no nso ayɛ de adɔɔso nti ɛmfa so biara nhyɛ da yɛ ɛmmerɛ wɔ man nkyɛn sɛ nka wɔn yɛ de ɛbɛ mu no bɛboa sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a nnwuma ne construction ne nneɛma aban hia no wɔn boa ɛti sɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ a sɛ wɔn ɛde aban no ɛde sika support saa nneɛma a yɛni no kwa na emu ɛma GDP no kɔ so ɛti sɛ GDP no kɔ so nso ɛma yɛn ɛmfa inflation biara yɛ de ɛmma wɔn anim sɛdeɛ last year esi pɛpɛɛpɛ nti sɛ yɛpɛsɛ yɛkɔ so na aban nyɛ sade yɛ yi a ɛsɛ sɛ central bank ɛboa wɔn anim kakra.
Na kyerɛ sɛ sɛdeɛ tie biara no sɛ yɛbɛtumi ayɛ akreti jobs ne deɛ wɔ sɛ aban san kɔbɔ besia biomebo a
ɛno deɛ yɛyi firi mu a ɛnyɛ yi nti ɛwɔ even budget 2021 deɛ kan no march no no yɛwura sɛkyɛnɛnsa ɛkan yɛ no ɛwɔ mu dada abosia no deɛ yɛaduro yɛn baabi ɛwɔ yi woyi firi mu a ɛnyɛ yi ɛna yɛte deɛ ɛnyɛ ɔman Ghana nko sɛ woyɛ developing country a wohia infrastructure ne nneɛma na ɔyɛ w'adwene sɛ wɔmmɔ bosia ɛneɛ ɛnkusi na ɛte saa pɛpɛɛpɛ na ɛte sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ individual sɛ yɛka economy na yɛa ne yɛyɛ ne ho sɛ asɛ ɛyɛ sonko bi from yɛn asesɛm yɛn nyinaa yɛte fie a ebi a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛsi dan ba yɛ sika no sika a yɛgye no bosome bi a na afe bi a ɛntumi nsi dan nti yɛhyɛ da yɛtumi kɔgye bosia sɛ mortgage ne yɛde asi dan no si hɔ nom na yɛtua ne nkakra nti edu baabi a wode fa ho sɛ wo nanka yɛ aban no wopɛ sɛ ade wonya no sɛsi aba afe bi a wosika wonya no ɛntumi nsi nti ɛkwan bi a wɔde wɔde okɔbɔ bosia na afei abra a woyɛ na wotua no nkakra nti sɛ sɛ deɛ yɛka sɛ yɛyi bosia bɔ afiri mu a ɛnyɛ yi in fact saa mmerɛ kura ne hia bosia bɔ kɛse saa mmerɛ ne hia bosia bɔ kɛse nti na wohu yɛ a abra covid baeɛ no aman kɛse
o pakyɛ sɛ saa mmerɛ na Ghana hia bosia bɔ abra yɛdɛ to GDP ratio atwam 76% no
ɛno na asɛ me ne nipa bebrebe ɛwɔ yɛ sɛdeɛ yɛsi ho nneɛma no ɛyɛ yi kaka ɔn sɛ that's the GDP or the mɛkwan sɛ mɛtumi ahyɛ mpɔma ka akyerɛ wo sɛ the next 4 years no saa GDP a wohu no sɛ ɛyɛ over
Dr. Pagya ɔne ma me wo sɛ the next 4 years ɛbɛyɛ dɛn
the next 4 years wohu saa GDP a ɛyɛ 78%. Yɛbɛyɛ rebasing. Yɛyɛ rebasing. How about the 56 and 55?
Yɛbɛyɛ rebasing. Rebasing is just a mobile review of the fundamentals. No.
GDP na yɛ use to jaya no. Yɛ use to jaya no. Sɛ ɛkɔ n'anim a sɛ deɛ esi ɛsese GDP no GDP a sisi a yɛwɔ mu a yɛ use. Yɛsese no 2013.
Okay.
Ɛna yɛde ɛyɛ. Okay. Na check nka nipa pɛ mu nka ɛsɛ nka mfie nubia nka yɛ foforɔ. Nanso the last one yɛyɛ no 2013 ɛno nti na on say ansa na 2018 na ɛba out no na GDP no boro 70% but yɛyɛ wie no sɛ debt to GDP ratio ɛba around 56%.
Okay, Mateo as a doc, but me person busa question say we nyina na me busa oni abema Dr. Paul say kwan ben so na beka nipa na ote aboso kan o kan shi asaf market adeso na salaga market oton na de no eye enkonta kese brofo na economy moka basa rebasing na oka na adenti na mo ye rebasing se ya boka ma na tra hepekia se ya boka ma na tra hepek ade na mo change mo ye rebasing agin bi we change aya mo ye rebasing na ya de eda was every 4 years bi amunye rebasing
me da se pa mi amba so the tieni say ara ni pese ye sisi kana ye fan se me fan say ka GDP na ye pese ye hu say adwuma anyema nkasa ye me fan say ye oman nyina ye produce anyema ye hu adwuma say ye be ye apple
okay
ye pharmacy tip apple na ye be dey ye be dua na atie enti ye pese ye hu say afibia no say apple say ne yake enti ne atimi a compare say o afie twam ni afiwe ebi afie twam ye nya apple ba afie beka ho ye nya apple mienu enti ye no ye niema ye timi eye no I increase by 1 na ye no tenam say ye produce enam say o man nyina ye produce ade ba akope na mom obi ye akonya obi etidan obi aye farmer obi ade anyinti afi ye nse ye ka ye wa produce no ne bo a wo de gye no na ye de anya kan nyina abom enti kan nyina abom sa enyema ne bi wo ho no ma samra 2013 na ye no na ta ne ma no kwa asa ense dan ka oman hu papa enti anse dan price no anko enyema ye mu enti e bia after 5 years and 10 years no bon se ta de na ba ye abaye kese we mem eti say bibi ti say mobile money 2013 ya ye na nye kese ti say ne enti wait I dey war so mobile money so no enti that time they say ye yi bi ma enti dey can say oh they say dey amanfo nye ska wo dey hwe amanfo a omu tete abontina o mu ye mobile money ni ade ade omu nye o mai sim me emfa ni nyina emehye say ba ye betimi o can say o kata reflect na and reflect the current situation of the country said your mind say it here enti anu ntini ye say bia ye hwe da ye nye saa na say o mind no ntimi enhwe say your mind no etitie yi nye saa na o mind no etitie nye say bia ye hwe da ye ndi say nye debt ntini ye na emu o ya ewo enho nsunsanso enye debt ntini ye na emu o ya ewo ho nsunsanso
doc mama for see ara me na wase na mo de mo research findings no free esremu ba na mama yehu de akwa akosie no na yehu ensem no se de ekọ na mpese mbusa wase bia ba se de beka ordinary Ghana for but ba na ya bossa ankomo no ye no wase bebre yo Dr. Kojo Poku research fellow was Center for Social Policy Studies University of Ghana Lagos ne ne twetwe nkomo se economy de se de tibia bebi edu no bosian de bebo a o se ebonye sa eniema na ewo budget aba ntumi nya ne o ntumi nya ne china nti o se ebo no se ye rebasing of the economy debt to GDP ratio na abaye problem even between NDC and NPP krom se ye duru hepek na aba mpese obeka no kra no se beba form nti ye nya hepek anymore and say another doctor pona o so uti o kasa ni na
no kra Afia so hwe nyoma ma twebo hanoma point ba kwa ma twere me bese mi siso pim yeah say yenti bosia bonuso yen say ebe ye ya because so hwe project say ebe say ye o kan 1:1 I believe say anka one of the best opportunity to go industrialization just as China did send the China for ye enye emprempi enye de bia na say obobosia ye bibi because your investors are omuye interested in certain projects abano per se 2016 and 17 mbako ye nyina ye petroleum hub so musino takradi and sakra na ye nya be mo Nigeria isikani o hoyi dangote kra so dwen so be refinery me quote said on crampo by so opposite discussion adena ye nya PPP
okay
enti nye bosia bo
interest nke be bobosia de aye niema no
equity base until if you build your project finance model the economic feasibility in virtual say so describe shame if it's 70% abandon nasasi amount what give us a 10% or 15%. I mean you bet my year man do 30% looking at some certain things so or do a BOT money for this can be shame no nye 20 years, 25 years. Now what you are there? Tall, son of me, tall. Tall, I remember seeing you almost pretty for how many years? I know Omadi Ghana, dear Maya. Omadi man Ghana, I could say. Oh, it is a PPP now. In because of Okobosia. Maybe I can meet him with the Kayan Tibosia bonus. Send a bear, Emfa or how I am Emba on mine because a company
major Niama, a bank can was 2021 budget, Mujis so better the PPP, any BOT, I am and I so near Crown Crabbe, Sanka Bayan Casabako Bobasia Bay, Pokua interchange, one interchange, D and Cobetime PPP, maybe any Panateneca. Is it possible? And no more train now, none comes more tremor, Hano. It be nim, but yeah, so far because Petron have near one. Otimisia petrochemical say your gas wa ha your oil e be kete adwuma okotech ni ayumata every year 70 people and a year from petrochemical engineering omotifi omunya adwuma and you see say on for school and so can no say school no is it free SHS and for school omeko university so omu wi adwuma no be industrialization is the key. And it's not compulsory, say, as all Bobosia industrialization. Okay. And this, for example, JIDEC project, one of the best are make shapers and Kibitimacy, converting bauxite to manganese. Before we export it, add value to the raw material. Okay. You can get over 100% revenue. India, almost produce all you be out. And so they get the best out of refinery products. They buy from all sources, blend it and refine. Something called the indicators are there. So cocoa processing plants. See big chocolate plants. So called Australia. So called Europe. Chocolate. Cocoa from Ghana. Sir? Oh yes. Cocoa from Ghana. Maybe chocolate. Cocoa from Ghana. So why can't you produce the plant here? Bring the same people here to Ghana. They will build it. But see our plant in Ibikra, cocoa processing on plants. Yeah, more. Okay. And the Edman Baba. Okay. Now, can fat chocolate momo with the value. Young a crude oil at Tony. And can you see, Uncle Yerima talk? And can you produce your own product? This year alone, oil import almost $1.21 million. Dollars. It can you produce your crude oil, no? Say you refine or ha. Okay, first of all, you're getting job and you're putting value on the product. So that's here. Chance you have kerosene petrol. Raw na bano, you buy na beton. Tell my crude oil call for me. Now expect to say yeah diesel you put your eco form. I'm going for my India because the plant price for the petroleum product was still high. And so if be vertically integrated companies like Total, BP for them, they benefited. Crude oil price not conform. Amount time will be a refining money no ton as product. So I say cashew. I prefer to cashew. No more refine. No almost time rare. So call a shop right now to cashew. 40 Ghana. As if you need single processing plant to have. You don't need to borrow to do this. For investor, be money good incentives. Some tax holidays, 5 years, 2 years, some years. No, awfully good. Off takers were home. Ghana, you cashew your rice business. So let's add value to our own raw materials. Okay. And let's look at not borrowing to do this particular project. And then we're good to go. And implementing good stuff takes years in this country. So a day year never boy your country, no. A check papa. About judgment debt, yeah. When I see Couture saying $34 million Sahara net because of 170 big crowd. You go to US. So what I say? 170. Is it because it says September? I say I am boss there now. Cano Sahara energy no boss. LNG boss, yes. I want your boss to your collapse. We should focus on signing good contracts and not always this bringing debt to the country. Okay. But Dr. Said Boachi, Executive Director, Ghana Institute for Fiscal Studies. Oh, Senior Research Fellow. Okay. Senior Research Fellow. Doc, I'm Kwaba. Yes. But also here. Oh, trading for Adaru Mati. Doc, you general economy. More and more a crash for Muna Moche Mubu Kuntania. What's your economy net here? And I yare economy no men in Chimumino.
the real sector and financial fiscal sector. The real sector no can is productivity, production, and the Ghanaian business has been quite resilient despite the COVID. COVID by 2020, now for and so year no actually no. Now I say business no I pick it up. You see here more to say business are picking up. So the private sector is actually doing its part of the job. The problem I war Ghana has to say the fiscal sector. A buying no sika semono. And the main fence you in kura. The man in Koye ni say you go through HIPIC and you know. Nanka finances more high. You can buy no come buy no. Nanka also mobile modena finances more high the business chain no. Nanka mo focus and so among any in fact, she said that I started from 2013. The increase Busiano, Chrissy Busiano, so ye buy who plan be a design the Busiano air. And now we don't so buy more about to us. You see, ain't your ma buy me said me tis a more cassette. I was a Jabusiabo. Maybe a man do no Jabusiabo in ye. Name Tina was a Smithiso.
Okay.
Okay, so Jabusiabo in ye. This idea must sell across for a long time. It's not say now all 2 expenditure items are who in rigid expenditure items. The auditor workers can the audio says also date. A bro revenue so.
Thank you.
The auditor workers can the decotia a hunsi hono. A bro
revenue so. Now Casso ain't what they say who several so date you which is around 70% now. That service increase 70%.
70%.
Interest rate plus amortization is 70%.
Look, I know what amortization if you're for no such as
amortization is who bobusia, who train interest no. Principal so what's a teso kakra. Ain't you know
if
now was a
cabotene now for bobusia so what it is and so.
And if amortization. What kind of boom? It is around 70% of the revenue government revenue. Revenue in domestic revenue, including even grants. Now we are workers in Sudan who are more than 40%.
They're 110, no.
110. You see? Now, 110, this is about an extra 10% of your revenue now they are settled with me, you know. Now, 3 SHS or a year of roads, goods and services, buying answer a bit my run here, goods and services. The Ayana Hamekran said transfers, I was a demand statutory funds. You're linking it to revenue. So when you get fund, when you be a VAT, to say come get fund. When you to say come get fund. All this money is no. So we say can so if I say compensation and no debt service means won't mean take. This work about what transfer. I'm a get fund, I'm a road fund, I'm a district come fund there. Because it can't you know. These are 2 priority expenditure items. Compensation and debt service. In the transfer, no to bones say no more delay, no transfer. Into Busiano Castle bar, Ujaba and ye. Name Quebec manage is so. Nanka Aswati. Now, the government is adopting strategy beer since 2020. Me think say a little bit risky. It is coming from textbook Kinsey macroeconomics. Say, if there's economic crisis, if you are down, you can spend your way through. Let's just say, spend there and boost growth over time. Now, growth could be a business. Now, ultimately, treat your worker. This is very risky for this country. Because to begin with, the financing is so poor.
Okay.
Now, say, all person who spend through Obatampa, who boost government expenditure through every single item amount to be CDBR, back of Bobo now there. Now, if growth now was better, no, if failure, all of them patching, you will not get the revenue. na growth no so it can fail you. We share this year yeah projected growth of 5.1%. First quarter growth of 3.1% means you are not meeting it. The basa revenue no program so binyano. Sanka. Babusia no so what the cabo. To me the na come advice almost omunya abotre. The private sector is quite resilient. Na omo recover. Now one here also be economy draw too much here. One here not working the body. One here the wound eba. Enti sa Keynesian macroeconomics. They may not say so, but that is typical Keynesian macroeconomics. Who are down.
And also say Brofone they say
Keynesian
microeconomics. I see.
Who are down. Push it through, spend, push growth, and growth will buy at the revenue beba no. And you know. But I couldn't say Ghana had growth in the background, government revenue is very low.
Okay.
So growth as a share of the GDP no, is very, very low. Countries, your peers around 25%. Total revenue as a ratio of GDP. We call Europe, they are more getting to 40%. Middle East now above 30%. A higher number 15%. COVID by a number 14%. Then even growth no cry increase here. The revenue bit generated from GDP no is limited. One them and the growth no sa fail with their new boat. One share. This is a very risky strategy they are adopting.
Okay.
So they want to push the economy. At the time we are down, our finances are so poor. If you don't get your what do you call your growth? There's someone here who has a cramp and then they say, yeah, can also so no. Yes, I the abrofoka. We had a debt profile no. Foreign debt, you know, about 50%. And he not only say be a situation be about with my central bank cry, printing money. Basically, we bought for central bank, but it's basically printing money to service your debt. But dollars, you know, printing money, we need hard currencies in the system. To be able to service your. And the debt profile, no strategy, the government is taking very risky.
Okay.
And he have been advising them since the COVID came say, to boise. Truly speaking, the private sector, Ghana's private sector, is becoming resilient. In the
private sector, need to so no bet me
and government here incentives so between the abwa there. Then so se bi ni won samoa. Also show who ye. One show ye she almost have to program in Oba Tampa. She's a good mother. Now also omasem. Now ko bobu se me hwa also your batampa, so it may turn out to be a bad mother. Okay. Because one share of finances in the year.
Okay, and say a dog, then I will bear advice to sell me. But first, before that, budget review here, Minister de Koy. Also, can say, one master will be busati and for taxes in Binkaho. And a one master will be Jessica be as an account. And on an air one was say, because baby, I can say, was a Kinsing the economics or Moyeno. It's not the best. Into a buyer once son one for be before be a man. I will say one must obey na your one I say and that's will be woman for 2021 economy is a baby.
And then that's what I was expecting. It sounds to begin with deficit now or more programming at the start of the year 9.5 is very huge. It's very huge. Here, over 2012 the country declared deficit of about 11.5%.
Deficit is a car, Diana.
Deficit here.
Yenny.
There be expenditure, no?
Okay.
I borrow Sika Waji.
Okay. Sika Waji, any the Udi.
Sika na Waji free mama no taxes in here. And the government Sika Bank man and some. You know, they all spending no.
They will use one.
No, said they all spending I borrow the all.
Okay.
2012, it was about 11.5% of GDP. They are broad, no.
Okay.
2013, it was about 10.8% of GDP. Now, rebase in the buy, no. Omo rebase in 2018, I compare 2013. So our deficit now 10.8%.
Yeah.
About than 7.6%.
2017.
Rebase, you know.
Okay.
So 10.8%, I bet.
Okay.
What do you call it?
7%.
7.6%. In this deficit, and year soon 2012 says so no. Yes, 11.5. So say it is around 8%.
Okay.
Because the base GDP na aso. Imagine you declare 11% based on the, in relation to the new GDP base. It was very huge in 2020. And this occurred from
because of COVID.
COVID and election-related spending.
Oh, okay.
What did the Americans say? Shepa in the Fourth Republic, it been see that.
Say sikawa.
Yes, our deficit no EBITDA because 11.5% in year 2012. We did bad the new base no more. It is around 8%. Yeah. What I see. Now the following year, 2021.
It way 11%. Na rebasing na my by 11%.
Yeah.
Then old rebasing.
Now the following year, the expectation is and Kabe embarking on very vigorous fiscal consolidation. Now budget how much buy deficit is still 9.5%. And also, other than the 21, it's also unprecedented in the Fourth Republic. Until Bana will say, oh, moving 9% now maintaining. Me and I was suspecting say they can't because taxes now introduced at the start of the year. No, Ubana introduced to be my any year. Ain't it say revenue no cram sankano? What's expenditure no mutitiso? Na at the March. But I did one say the first 6 months of 2021. Revenue collected revenue 28 billion. Yeah. Relative to a target of 32 billion. That's much short of 4 billion. That's much short of 4 billion. And think what's some program so that's 6 months, no. Yeah, you one crown at the program for 6 months, 8 months. Where they must maintaining the revenue target. What does it mean? It means just next 6 months, but you need another month short. And some 4 billion must have short to face 6 months.
I don't think possible.
I don't understand why they continue to keep the deficit ratio. They continue to keep the revenue ratio.
Okay.
And budget credibility, there's
an issue
with it.
Okay. Doc, I say I come back to job creation. Jumana sema na ye because said okay Ghana Obata package ya bind there any major project. But I said okay sika bi any baby because already no ye di on my sika echen the edge no. And it doesn't look like your revenue projection because you be meet target this year. Go dey bia ye di sika bro de ya hoden etumi suti ye be dey Obatampa ye be dey 1D 1F ye be dey one village one dam aban be dey ti onto na say cross 1 million jobs or some be create we have existing napco for ayentu omo aban started rolling out program bi oye omo ye a small scale bojo ni adantam adwuma no omo dey ma omo say dey oh the nyina is kasem nti already ne say economy no sika na obesi sikana share ye kofa wa he ye be na manage ye nko crisis nko we de you can say ye de ti kopempem crisis no
no na America no no na America say bibi ti say 1D 1F no dey private sector based okay ti no dey good individual private firms one establishing na government encourage you any very good at the local level mo even though most start here can feel say bibi ti say industrial parks, regional industrial parks will have been the best strategy. And on Singapore for adopting attractive foreign investors. I didn't know say they were going the one way. But and I'm say private sector money, there's not much issue with that. But because say 1 million job, you better find one one dam near the other. It's kasem. Naka COVID dia by kran ka mun tone down kakra. Na mun pursue fiscal consolidation. And the fiscal situation improve and some actually cram will be after the enocraban after na mosadi be abeka. So about program also 100 billion. Of course, most 70 billion will come from private sector. But additional 30 billion to be raised within 4 years is not small money. And I'm saying you know the deficit nanka wasn't more consolidation amana kofom. Internal deficit is still high. And for them at borrowing is still very high. Debt is going to burn out at a very fast pace. Now, any case of economics and medical kind, so pursue such a risky strategy, not a backfire, not any year. 1 year it will send this country into bankruptcy. A year, that's good. But you said the American, I must say, foreign debt in the EU. Now, you need collective revenue, even the economy, it makes it very risky. It makes it very risky. In Tiaban, the American say, "Ayan to Boasia." Yes, so free preoccupy a pause, yeah. Muja and Eba. And to boss, this may be good ideas, sika ni ho. You don't have to force yourself too much. The private sector is there to help. One a year bit more creative government na said ye pa e sika se mu no. Eye say fiscal stability.
Obema niema gina faako.
Fiscal say sika se mu no. Emu bedwo. Government first I said ye no. And no na foreign investor no kra ohwe. Foreign investor now person attracting no. And no ohwe because fiscal instability has so much effect on the real sector. Into Obama ohwe fiscal position in here. And then rating agencies have begun to warn us. If this thing fails, there will be a problem.
Ghana.
Oh, of course. First B with positive outlook. So B with negative outlook.
So mama B with negative outlook.
And they have begun to say, and it is based on some fiscal consolidation. It's too slow. It is going to lead to additional debt buildups.
Inti said the economy indicators HSS no. Se investor be ba ebeye de ama ebetimi attract investor be ana.
Oh, you just say ebema investors e makra. Na mum ya no. Omo hwe mo chin kakra say na sa economy ya hwe na fiscal crisis yi. Fiscal crisis ba. Inflation ni bibia beje no ho. The CD stability no ebetima je no ho. Oh dem ba je no. Enti me dem advise the government say eyan to boase.
Okay.
Eyan to boase. Eyan to boase. You don't have to push too much, especially at the time when say after the Second World War, people pursue similar strategy. They were using domestically borrowed funds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also funds now borrowed foreign. What did the mechanism? It's two different things. And no more efficient revenue collection was more efficient than yours. And because of these things, abandon untenable.
Okay, dog. Me about obi because this aban so bebo besia wo oman yi mu a and also nkofa almost say treasury bills rate and all that abema banks so e ho akire omo because aban ne ankrankra ye competition ti ankrankra bi o pebo besia kakra bi no obi amani sika as against so nko ode bema aban ti obi a e de ma aban ti I'll come back to it no so but me idea na ka say regional industrial parks I ka say no na Singapore no ne aman awodo no eye no because 1D1F no very ambitious aban na ka say hu say ho de wa mistake kakra ntina aban na ka say hu say be si na ye tie dog aban to be deliver all 1D1F ne ho kire no private sector no to COVID nti bebre nso ho kire omo lay off workers nti modern e wo so omo bo no me ye de na dog kopon ka say PPP no private sector no so is slow kakra cause obi a na ode ba no ne aban aba be PPP ti aban ko enka say nim say 1D1F as against enka 16 regional parks enka be easy ama no say obeye 16 no chen district bi abesi na ye ntumi nya district bi ano
sa regional parks no aban no sika na also de ye
okay
but 1D1F no
private
private sector
but dog regional parks and aban betimi ne private sector so aye
obetime
for the model of the alanchemantin emo ye under president Kufuor time omo ye tema free zones enclave nti omo ne private sector nti omo create ni wo ho aye pipe ne ade na private sector na bra na be ye on condition that we your product na 30% be wa 70% do be kwa broche ti is some sort of
president no initiative the omeyo but of course we team up
ago na year na make say na chairman today because I reported on some of those projects in inauguration no abana na agi asase no private sector na be ye structure no na abana ye kanea insuo bibia rose na de call private sector na kata be sisi
factory no sa districts ni regional area
and can 6 in kabay now no me jiri se bia kabay 6 in kebia 4 years and kabay to me deliver
both local and foreign
and kabay to me deliver we 16 po because you 16 regions e be class omo ba for na you 10 regions but this by now 10 there nanka wetumi aye se wo ekunfi juice nko abe 10 wo Ghana se wo ye bibi as against say by force wa ko shebo ntia o say district bi anti na make say na realize on hindsight and ka the ken would have been a better option for government and it would have been more stressful less stressful for abai because we pompo ye media force there be more pressure where are the 1D1F factories but to ka say we one region one industrial harbor can ubetimi any private sector na badok
yes doctor say kind na no correct industrial park in the very good. So here doing your coins were
Temadiano.
Chinese the Chinese for you. Everyone saying cry.
B5 then okay.
Yeah, B5 days. So call him a new one biba.
Oh, okay.
Almost
see a dime bino.
Almost see.
Our Central University Chiho.
No, it's a central the none near any war from coins. I may can't back on the echo. Afia.
Okay.
Otra Afia ko nima. Sram share camp cra ko. Almost see bako. Now her plan na manya kwanya ahwe plan no. E ya dia e ba e be boa papa. Because on person mu see tiles factory there, almost we see even material development making it's huge. It's very huge. Even steel, iron rods, cement. It's a very big park. And now, we omunyankasa buying for 1 city crime account. Membership. Omwana Thomas see about more than 200 acres.
I see.
Per time nako a big project pa. I can give you a contact.
Yes. Many budget.
Me gidi say sanya be say na say aban na hwe. Uni sika be ya. I'm for person here. China for any America for any Omomo. Don't come to Ghana. And just to buttress on what Doc said, no. And yes, and says to the foreigner in terms of investors coming to Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yendru, but I know because ya you be drew all red. But now no, there are some issues because I don't know the class investor crampo banner. Atiti obe communia the bureaucracy. I'm going to say, it takes time for us to develop it, and I don't know why. So Europe here, obi the proposal ba na say a toss mu ebe bo economy na e de adwuma beba se na open na adwuma no ya nche ho ba ha no process no wa for whatever reason. So and etinam ka say me cha say me kan petroleum hub yi say industrial park here bia na ka fertilizer ya wo kan anka you import biom gas wo ho you produce your own fertilizer. And we consume a lot of fertilizer in Ghana. The Ministry of Agri spend a lot of money on fertilizer. Or
the fertilizer contractors crack 954 million Ghana cedis.
So the fertilizer is doable because we have gas in the country, and now you're even bringing LNG to support. So other than young petrochemicals industry in growth, first of all you're bringing employment, privatize it. If you don't have money to do it, get some shares in it. Put your financing model as same model. 70-30 ne kuyenim. What you share? Now go.
Embra back near how a way related to Ghana for no more form. Me share say na dog kuni hadi na make say I say a form shit. Emrante ne maba wona ma abufuo won krofo mu. Adwuma ni ho omo tete omo high. I say a coin kakraka babeda esro ene efom no mu nti sa budget review ni ade obi hwe ye wo TV so be ka say na de brofo am ka fam ho ben ye pa adwuma nti doc de wo kan how does it relate to your form na bi a okoya ala agbogboshia na say o kan hia ansa na wadidi sabulugu market dis yi be obehwe obi obeton aponchi bi ama no ansa na wanya kakra how does it na ye be solving so a kwan ben so na e be solve this week me new abema be frame now ka say if you chare onya adwuma bi a na wakai me onam say o see adwuma na ye covid nti adwuma na gu na omo tuto bibidi kakra na omo ye no so a ye lay off workers mo ko and there are so many companies which minister no reviewer bi a analysis a KPMG for ya no mo ka financial sector crisis na e ba ye no na account crop dada eno so ho anwo kire ho e na covid ne be kan ho aye niam mienu nti odo ye kana brofo mu so na economy no second quarter na peke de so come de nkofo ofie nti doc sa review no kwan ben so na kan mo from na say ye be boan so am manya ho mfaso a de na sese aban ye
you see na me ni Ghana there but MPP for bar 2000 then I tell woman no say the private sector is the engine of growth
sir golden age of business president Kufo
and this I want to say and some be abana fa to na so say afi de ono na be provide jobs na there amount for be nya adwuma a private sector now so private sector so be kuma koso so a aban no sika sem no so ototo ne ye say who are buying on Casano. The public sector is very inefficient. Then she say, "Oh, now what Bobo stand now? What be leader? A lot of inefficiency in it. And to was it some ye? Ma be uncle. You see nowadays. Let me say this. Government no almost there's stability going on. But let me tell you, the exchange rate stability it is highly leveraged.
Chasing.
I say, a car, Busian, in fact, a brofunisicano near Koje and the Abigura, I'm an energy the exchange rate. What you said, the American foreign debt, no? To say 50-50, can also not foreign external debt, Kakrebi, to say external debt, I grow means you are borrowing monies over here to help stabilize the city. Secondly, even domestic, previously, near town, I find say, T-bills now that the Ghanaians. So say foreigners, no, are also coming to buy. Or the dollars in the baba, but no assistant at in cities. So as Canina, Anna, Airborne it must stabilize. So this is highly leveraged. It is creating some bubble. Nanyamia Moana bubble no bestia. There'll be a problem. What did you say? Bubble no a bestia. There'll be a problem. Until a buying in a board down to a buying, you pursue fiscal consolidation, our budget in the moon high. Nankasa stability, you know, a real stability. Now it might last for a long time. After a period of about 10-15 years, investors will look back and say, wow, look at Ghana, it's a very stable country, macroeconomically. And sana law enforcement, ni bibia no abana ayena from there.
Implementation.
You see, anyone who push the thing so high, what from there no, and so we the private sector no so apekene there. What you say? After the finances, law enforcement, what is case kokotwa? Within 1 month, 2 months, acha, yes. Kate in drag for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. No, but you're gonna investor no banner on your issue. A Ghana court system will you say. You see, ain't a banner enough from there. And son is a cow what creating infrastructure. So when in place, law enforcement in place, the government look at infrastructure with my here, fiscal stability, macroeconomic stability to her. And now we don't need GIPC. We may need them as a facilitator, but you don't need so much. Or more, a time came. Not China. No thing say the economist absorptive capacity no. Intimi include investors be ba omoba. No person omoloa no. E san say o match show mo nyama yi. Enti say workers Ghana for so mo pa adwuma. Enya direct job creation Minister of Finance or kano. Indirect. Me US no to say ban say busu ye create job say 200,000 500,000 na ban celebrity enya ban no e create you but no fit say the policies na bo ma private sector no a create job
nti strategy na aban de adwuma no aka say obeye obatampa ke obeye first 1 million jobs na they wrong
and America say sika company won that they sika na da hokra can it may not be the best sika no company ho ko bobo it can backfire
wow. A very, very interesting part here, can say, because then you can and I am a desk so the President Kufuor time no. So President Kufuor time no ka golden age of business near the government and me kai pa President Kufuor aban na adwuma ne so be create jobs. Only the answer or no dey brofu way by enabling environment. Now a very, very instructive says the dog cook no. The same MPP aban so why free say enabling environment I feel the on one create jobs. I didn't see ni hono. So my ideology now is from being capitalist to so
I don't know. I don't want to say that. But how they are pursuing their policies, it's. I mean, in the US they call it big government, and you know Republican counterparts over there who they hate big government because it could be a burden on the private sector.
Donc upon
Ska Ghana. I'm for Ska Ghana.
And so they are not investing.
But now I cannot. And people mean body ever. You know, man for more Ghana have more companies for other countries. Adna in Ghana, not a dog can. The system must be ready to absorb such companies. So, send a bear, Omkofa tax law become memory, you saw the Kana yen liquid, that's your company. And I said, yen fringe. So, I mean, what the system is in place. Oh, question Abusa is still now, me say to me. about the yentumi because as a penny won san kan majority illiterate abrochi market ya kan now the what they could na say literacy na no school na babato no onye adwuma babato a onya senyeska so the thing is a cycle the illiterate will go and farm and come and sell to the wako school na babato na me school na me adwuma me senyes tensi akoto bancho dwom me kokoto gari o kwan how the other that's what is happening. But that's why for me I always look at how the budget allocate to the sectors. Now me share Greek, now me capacity building. Me share these two no first. So Greek me be fine because my young question, Angola higher. So how more contribution to the GDP? Majority agriculture.
Angola
higher.
Because oil.
Oil not contributing a lot to their sector. But I mean sorry. The majority of the people are into agriculture.
Okay. Sana tiaso Ghana. Although Greek no latest way chese grow 18 point something %, but nipa dodo a work here mu no edoso.
Thanks be to God, say poultry. It's a lot of poultry farmers in the country.
But say omo chire omo eburo boaye, the one say eburo ko 370 Ghana cedis per bag.
Incentives we betima boa ma omo akofoma. We can cut import rate of poultry because time you so now we are call bronya and any Easter. Is it a very daily bread? Udin de bia. Enti say you import poultry pa so import
akoko force nko ya de bagana
ana dok me boa. Ye krapa ban fasa de number. We dey so no kan abufu wo ho. Na no yam konya ho me yare. Akronfo bore me kama yi me laptop me you o ma fa ne me passport krako enti adwuma de business system no enti aggressive o mo de kokra before that kana o ba me fi anajo yes people are hungry so survival of the fittest but now rice from the north tomato factory cry exactly CC bebre now you're stopping importation why not
and the tin tomatoes everywhere ni nyina so afia bonten
thank you very much China tomatoes you produce wa ha no kwan ya enyanti de be free farmers abatina apro now no ya me ko bi me ba me ka mango tomatoes me den manto me to you cry aboy romna mi go kwan e che fridge mo enyama no go emma entimi ma for the compare her ne boarding enti ese hwedi na
enti but we can say bi so say akwan no only one of the this year budget review no minister ka say one of the key areas omo infrastructure development but the another kokra ka say o see this year second year of the roads but you share that minimum say on the ground mo any indication of say massive rollout of juma say construction koso we koso anka adwuma wo ho ne ade na no ye ne Rose chairman of Rose committee transport and Rose committee kasa Canadian say nya ko say buying the contractors ka 8 billion
wow
ontua so say oye Rose ni nyina ohia 18 billion dollars abai ni say ska ni bi da e wa asase so de beye say the dog kokra me ati ati say akra so site bojo de no kra abai ni ska say kra abai diska edeka kese inti dia wo ke here be den aye farm road na ntos na ba
farm roads in there ni yanyeden any I said any can say feeder roads feeder roads there unya grade am you no giso a wanya gata nye drains wanya drains na otimi kevin no ma kwan no say bia nsuo ntata so a omo there okay mi ka say yin ko si asphalt mo but me fa wenchi dom fa ye free e be si mango farm bi fekeke
feeder road
be enya na memsula ai kaka kesenti mi fa so pa hwe mango abre pa egu ho a entimi ma mango so me pepa ti bo na ja me to bi from dwana so
and this one work any no yes because enka be pro
the problem ni o entimi ma eseke ko tachiman ye free ho no se ben tachiman eseke ko tachiman naka akọ market in Cransan for nyina se komo de ba protect man ka ba kra e be come export mango fruit juice here amasaman.
Blue skies.
Blue skies. So onya mango. And so because mango wo and so many and so bre will be. I ain't me. Eti media I think say capacity building is good in terms of education. But say no kind no market for no. Omo na hold the economy no. Sika makola pa o. Makola market. Omo sika papa.
Okay, dog me ba o ba dey na ban nye no wetimi de omo ayese omo de broni be ka say informal sector omo ton niema ade pamfo atiefo a wo ka say sika wo ho ye bo omo kra mpo de na dog ke say omo na wo se ye bo omo create jobs private sector no.
Yes.
Enya aban wo de ne say wo be fa because napko yi ayire so 2-3 years. Say napko no be mana ba fie.
Yes.
And napko yi say eno wo hwe aban expenditure e ka aban bo a napko no ka ho.
Yeah.
Already no napko ma ye kra de na doko kan say sika na yenya no emu 70% ye di tuaka. Ye di tuaka o.
Yeah.
And emu doko say 40% so dey dey amortization. Any FS debt service no.
Compensation of employees.
Compensation. Say compensation is 70%.
Amortization.
Amortization and compensation is 40%.
Which is debt service.
Okay.
And is 70%.
Okay, and is 70.
And a compensation is more than 40%,
Okay.
which is 43% for this budget.
Inti si spend say sika we nyina. And so private sector na nko mo nipa. Omo no mo nipa do informal sector no here education wa ton ade. Senka support bi wo hono ma ban behwe se bi antete bi. Usika sem no betimi ani ye se da ba akwan ho na ugina. Wo here support bi na ade a table na wako wanim na wo so wokọ na che say etumi abo push economy ne na ni nyina minister na kan ho asem mo ne budget mo ba wokọ ground a etisen na me pese ehu how e be connect ni mienu no
And it's okay. Me hu ye. Manage ye. I think say I dey cover the trade we are seeing especially Africa. IoT, Internet of Things. Say anka ye tutu kwan ye tutu ko ha na say ye business ni na ha. Obi antu kwan ko ba bia. E say Zoom aba, Meet Teams aba, Skype dey say ayira fine. But still na ultimate na ofie any obi ye business wa brochire abra untu kwan. Make me hu say opposite almost set some network for agricultural producers. Say be ya omunya product omo link with the buyers. So these are the link producers with buyers. I think that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to see. Otinye said we are because this in doing this now we're going to put the literate and the illiterate together to work together. You need IT people to develop these apps to be used. I know one person here last year Media Award, a Million Excellent Award. Got your already award for agriculture. But develop app. Or enough. Tomatoes are brew, pepper brew. Now I link you to a for you, makola for you. No other, yes. No other, no watching the commission. This is beautiful because they all know for no need be, you know. Only makola business marketing, market woman, you know. But Sana Papanaye, young guy, which is beautiful. I see similar thing here.
And I buy peso.
Oh yeah. Onya more. Now onya kwanka kra, on use kakra more because my humbi. No use kakra more. Sana be a bar, enko che. Na kanen nane, cause can be breed dane. Now what the 10 tons of mango, missing mango and I say tomatoes a good truck now akodania. Oko insurance a free one. Sasa kun kra option no insurance.
Or insurance can na dog can no be court to crowd be bed or and say do as you know our be mukra abu. And dog can back and busa but me pese a year of roast ni niama kese na wa ka che say sika bie ni wono ma aban ebenya ewo Ghana system no me sika se no ma mo de aye no. Na je say o de bosia e ba be ka ho. O de bosia ni bi be ka wa ye cross hepic.
Yeah, na ye can't
because now Dr. Poku Kojo Poku kasa no kasa ye be cross hepic se say de na NDC for kasa se kra no o hwa ato force mo press conference o say ye duru hepic dada but Dr. Poku kasa ye rebase ya ye be free hepic ni mti fa ho ye nkobo besia no
you see what me that's what the hepic abom yam say ye nti hepic na asi
okay
hepic ni ye relief bi a first G started from G7 kra no mo meeting so through IMF World Bank. So people thought it was IMF World Bank. G7 the critics are initiative no. Say countries or modeka no more setting or more canon every certain ratio be no. Yeah, in relief or more debt more. Now, yeah, I'm going to be a man for Africa. They want to use debt to GDP ratio. So your debt to GDP ratio, you see. And even some economists may be tempted to think, so, a year called Hippic, no. Their debt to GDP ratio was around 180%, 170%. They say you know baby, and there's a car can want to say, yeah, corner every basin, not debt to GDP ratio, no, above. When it comes to your debt burden, it's not the question of debt to GDP ratio. And when I'm person Ghana 40, you can say a minor debt burden, and you will debt to GDP ratio. Name mum usika dodoa wo de service with debt. That is more important. That is the bottom line. When the entire na you tell you so debt to GDP ratio. Yes, say GDP na ba no generating sika e free mum. And then you dey ko divide. Na wo Ghana man be to say Ghana. GDP no e wo ho enso ntimi generating revenue. GDP no ho fa so ne say. Secondly, wo debt no kra wo ko bo no country bo ha omo borrow at lower interest rate. 1%, 2%. Also borrow Euro Bank around 10%. Into debt to GDP ratio is not the correct measure of a country's debt burden. Me person Ghana 40 as I see.
Because I don't have a year man your phone no use debt to GDP ratio.
And I'm saying that's not the best. Okay. It is an indicator. I bet it might give you some clue, but it's not the best. The best measure is out of your revenue. What proportion are you using to service your debt?
That
is the bottom line. Unya the revenue do not the audit no so harm. Say so ko bobo at higher interest rate. Unya revenue do kwa em wapapa bia. So that is the bottom line. Okay. Ukwa let me can some back control. For instance, Maka say debt service you mum amortization any interest payment. Ghana's interest payment as a proportion of revenue is the third or second highest in the world.
Dog can you
Ghana's interest payment is currently, it was the third highest in 2018, but now it is about the second highest.
Second highest in the world.
Lebanon, if you are Ghana, as they say, yeah, but it was Sri Lanka, but Ghana may be beating Sri Lanka now. Lebanon, interest Ghana as a ratio of our revenue, Ghana in 2018 was the third highest in the world. This is the true measure of debt burden. You cannot borrow your soul. Marcus said debt to GDP ratio. Oh, near the basic GDP, no about from. A damn to some Obi or Kusku and in India actually. Oh, Mummy and oh. Japan debt to GDP ratio more than 200%. Japan debt to GDP ratio in 2018 was about 232%. But Japan was using only 11% to service its debt. 11% of revenue. Why Japan? Quality revenue of about getting to 40% out of GDP. Yes, you collect 15%. 2, Japan borrow less than 1% interest rate. About domestic year, you borrow more than 20%. And the person who said Japan, Edeka, and Ghana, or say Japan. Musika moje GNO, do say number the service model, at your interest. 11%. In 2018, Ghana's was 33%. Abraham debt to GDP. Your debt to GDP ratio at that time was only 57%.
Okay.
In 2018, now Japan they 232%. But now you use 33% in 2018. It to service now Japan use 11%. And debt to GDP ratio is not the correct measure. Now, Ghana's interest payment to revenue alone is getting to 50%. Has moved from 33% to getting to 50% now.
Doc, can you forgive mommy?
As some they can't, the number was
33% to
50% from 2018 to 2021. A woman said, "By the general, buy a swat kakra, a man about 46%. It was 49.5%. A swap, but this is not the outturn. Outturn by the where it stands. So, apart from Lebanon, as I say, we call demonstration every day. Now you see Sri Lanka, Tamil Tigers, and mine. Our more talk about 12 years. After Ghana is number 3 in the world. So, my person Ghana 40 as I said, debt to GDP ratio is not the correct measure of debt burden.
But correct one is
usika na oji no do say na odi tua yi. Na be kaka na hwe na usika na oji nya odi akosa so debt ya. Na obaka jam say we debt to GDP ratio 70% or 80%.
It is safe to say it's debt to revenue ratio.
Debt service
To
revenue ratio
revenue
is the
ratio.
best measure of debt burden. It's the ultimate, it's the bottom line.
Okay. And you dog, Mami Sam back to the question is omo form na omo nti na Ghana ye ti wiase a aban ye adwuma no. Kwan ben so no mbe feel sa budget because omo send message na say yan kan che mu nyina say brofo na ka no omo feel wo ground. Sa economy ni no mu hu wo ground nye ekom de nkofo ho.
Ya kan sa na nemom enema minu Ghana hano politics high.
Politics
High. Economy is a bit to me a propound the economic theories need solution. Politician be adwuma. Yeah na me go US am try there. Yeah me catch me students. Say well, the work of the economist is like the work of the medical doctor. Oko hospital so yare. No ma bodru. O patient no man use so dro no a. I don't need to me wow. Into mom to nto bibiduro mo say the meduru ye kire an say what na wa anye. Anya sa no mo ka.
Ah, sa no mo ka.
Nenti aban no so na patient over here. Na aban no politics no. Share started for the come and come up and so ebepem there. Projects are ya banding no. Enya de keto a. Aban we ba was me the end better. No I told the other Rome was not built in one day. We hear sustained policy implementation from one government to another. And on conference they are done politics. Whereby was when we have the men. Whereby also most certain after the waste in the system. So much waste. And they are planning long term. So the country be a secondly, the second issue is say we don't try to solve the problem from the bigger perspective. You don't solve the bigger problem. But now, dog can be for agriculture. One of the biggest things affecting Ghana's agriculture, land tenure. Assassin a creaphone and Casabiniano. I am for it so. I'm sorry to say this. A family need to be assassin of one you so. Not create now or pass assassin or yabi. What in South Korea? Researchers have pointed out, say, a quite more far so much me industrializing a true, productive agriculture. Now, productive agriculture is based on land tenure reform. Our more carried out in the 60s and the 70s. Net is a Ghana here, assassinate was few individuals and him for near the day, and a buying to assassinating and Utio Moka. Utio Mokano, almost to say, Moniska, Moniskan Bede, and Mokade back here upon the Chibuk people, most backing on industrialization. Now, my equiaphone so munya assassin, assassin become normal day into here agriculture and their support to industrialization. Equiaphone and assassin will produce. And industry, so I cry because if it's someone assassin woman, so money is almost a day embarking. Ghana, you can't land in your house. Will be an oppressor or tackle. One solve this problem solution. You can say, politicians and so. But can't no more solve the problem. If you don't solve the problem from the global perspective, not person solve the and you not boil it down to your patience, the patience of economists, the politician. They should behave well. They should act properly. No decided. And I'm saying it's a development plan be a national development plan. Way back, no, the audience knows what to us. That is the first solution. And some of private sector not the war Macolana open my because politicians say the plan and the air cost and about name of person in direct a job creation. Napco for no almost sunda.
Almost send a message
these are political strategies being pursued. Now, I say, we feel some bash politician. To say the market, I used to tell my students, I'm a medical doctor, I'm an economic doctor, Me patient any politician. Direct when I'm here, Minister of Finance, it was direct. Indirect as a researcher. Be patient, no. Now patient here prescribe medicine now. What they are done in politics. That will be the end result.
And your dog, any solutions say because our politics no. Me who so muja yo. And politics after politics, press conference after press conference. Every day behind there's something new. And I said okay so NDC pani MPP. She brains parties akese mienu mu. And omo ka so omo kom ho abom. I pursue the dog who can say national agenda. Say NDPC national development plan da ho. Ye the year Juma craft for 10 years and 15 years.
Mami chwa no kakra. You see? When we about Obantam Parkers program, na me busa question say, eh fa na fete. Say before Obantam Park baby, you know see basically development program. Na ye wo Ghana beyond aid. After the Obantam Park most more link fine. Na government so buy, am draw medium term development strategy. NDPC will prepare long term. Sa all in a way strategy plan we know. How integrated are this plan? Who is pursuing what strategies? Stop here and there. Now, one to man national plan, a national. We bar the other question not better to us. And no, complaining.
Dr. Pong, because I'm Ghana beyond age to see a Bobby Sion.
One point I'm trying to ask Bandi. To buttress what Doctor is saying. Say a can't boom no. And then a bed because policy not the national interest no from personal interest no so. Because so oko amaya omo common pa enyama mienu ana omo dey fight corruption. Omo ye very transparent because omo nim say they will have the nation at heart. So enti so here TUC says he is from Norway for that. So go nowhere. The regulatory body is very independent. They are very independent. Enti okana jachro and as presidential advisor. Not a political advisor. You hear our regulators in Ghana. PRC, Energy Commission, all the commissions. Their CEOs are appointed by the government. But you have a very independent body. Petroleum, what do you call it? Procurement authority.
Okay.
They are independent. They are solid technocrats to lead the government to the right way. And MSS system now, Dokopena. Kibenya. It's tried and tested.
Because Ghana, how we can get
the government on the president on the or report to the president.
Exactly.
Opposition person bringing it down. Oh, it's ugly. It's quite ugly.
If there's any way we can do this,
unless yes, a constitution near just had to me now, and my president only rights on our own choose way. Now be an independent body, being a home form. And yes, that imperial president ever the Panacota day, or don't the buy man yourself, opposition to the buy man yourself, or Takewa, and I will bet me free to no Abba. More kind messages in the dog, my son bound because we need to still find solution. Yes, I bet a brofu de biani a combat. Me per se you are settled at a point, say. Omo hwe no mo ti o kan shi Makola market ni temedwom ni ade de no benya wom boys no mo ti ashama ni ade o munya adwuma nye no jenefo ya mo kogu efese agin kotoku ni ade de na nkranhye ben na budget mo because enye sa ha se yetene da budget go budget come de bia na market time e was the same place make Facebook comment be na me ko YouTube so nti gbati me follow and also do adwen channel views aba na ya kenkan ni nyina ama because muti ena ye wa ha nti so mfili wo botoma ma ye hu ana wo another view bi e wo ho a eno so ma ye hu a na ye hu bibi auto e wo oyibi o se if I enjoy discussion I want pedifo na ye na it's true said o can say politics one of the key things Ghana me nka no in fact ya hayi kra no e to de bia wo pe mpanifo se economics ni na de no maba no ma be chiremu without politics adding politics intino obi kana asem kra ye no kra ne asoma fu soldiers say momra mbetake Dr. Pometake Dr. Said no ma ba social media ye bedi atemfra no pasa o ti esa ye nya ni papa mo nsomo man no so ho eno so ye one of the issue was say kan wasem integrity guy was say our politicians have made livelihood very difficult for us was say if you bago mo awasi a hwi ni ha was say we don't even have one well constructed road na yempo ya say ye kodina ka kwan no humpo ame ya ye die dwa me nsa akoya no eno oka say community clinic no is the worst youth in our community ni ni adwuma nye enso nye sa ene ye share wo mo boy no so a problem Emma wo me ko Facebook nana yontwi was we are running bootlicking system nana yontwi this one I couldn't have agreed with you more bootlicking system where one ko bootlick penny bia as on na akode dan form nana nya kwada na ode aje coins unim se nana so ba bi okono so nye unim se ne nana aka no so ye tro de oye ne nye but okoka se Ghana oka no kra ne yedi watem we nya kwada na e bo abaso oh enti eno so hard enti nana entwi enoka sase but even the media is the worst. Well, that's also your opinion. Media not so reflective society, no. So and the media cannot be perfect in a terrible sycophantic bootlicking system. I don't blame you. Scriptures, Jiwano, and also good morning. This country is suffering because politicians are making things very difficult. If you are investors, Kakrano cannot invest. Kakrano won't invest, no, they are victimizing the local ones just to create temporary jobs for NAPCO. And we cannot run this economy like that. Razak Mola TV lady Yakopon Shaw said, "What the solid doctors?" They said, Dr. Pony, Dr. Said, Abe Studio Honum, Shaggy Ajimai. I said the system here in France is simple. Buyers don't move. Oh. They have an intermediate who buys from the producers. Into Omwa, Omia a Kuafono, Omo mfinfi, Omo Tokomo, no more so cotton ordinary people. Into one out idea, no, you don't move. But if in France, and or they air say no to generate job cause the own fin so no intermediary no so we kwafa workers otu conditions ni other benefits ni nyina e kan we no so eboa and a Richmond now so see we can only hear Ghana is going for and had gone for a loan but we can never hear Ghana has paid such an amount for the reduction of the debt and doc actually omuno we ye tia the kwate so by ye bobi kan huntin na de bia hu say esonten exactly na ekọ esoro no dijo and I say the central problem in Ghana leadership politicians lack vision they are only interested in political power 4 years be an ebeba any sika ombenya omde kwakoma omabusuafo na omoyire na omoma ofie ne mo pass ombe to say the China for no ade bia they've leveraged built the system for nchima years and years to come no Ghana de enyesa enti you can see it at Ghana 24/7 can boarding 24/7 internet data boarding any niema bebe but I cannot remember one time chese osim futuro kra e kan no e wo Beijing China de bia ona mo hu futuro so Ghana de ye betua niema we nyina so de bia na ma ye na manwem ene ye de nam e na Peter Boacho no doctor I said a doctor consulted for the previous government to seek help to establish a alum processing plant in Ghana, but to no avail. He has designed a plant in a factory for himself. Any presentation, including the metal and because it was a long and I be a doctor now can be no crying number studio Becassa. Sian Quartin was 1 mango in Germany. It's not less than €2. I feel sad when I see mangoes say pro was to my hinkro if ya say the big baha broche mango no enya mresa o say uba Germany and one yadia chow kra na €2 o chese enya easy nti so ho no hu say ye ja mango na pro because enya atofo a no se Ghana de as ye sheda nya serious your politics no ho bi asa Emmanuel Kwabens no say if ya Ghana needs reformation from the top and to have a good policy on betting implement and at the ye beka no brofo sa so sheda enkosi aga and Maggie Benson Blankson also good morning vim lady mu ye adwuma pa na the year of rose is not true se wo ba ye no ho anom ne ade ba hwehwe ho a matter of misplaced priority year of rose and ka ha no mote e no mo kenka enya adwuma kra ti esremo a monkai empanifo no and Razak Mola no say doctor said the best economist Dr. Said is the best economist in Ghana because asemo kan nyina to asum because he's able to bring it down to any level. Wilberforce Kojo Aboaje and also Pokua sitting there. The government has never embarked on what your panel is saying. The government is creating the enabling environment for the private sector to create jobs and not the government creating jobs. Boss, we are reading from the budget, any budget review. You can't have the comfort of sitting behind your phone and texting this to Professor Somufi University better now. Because what do I do? Go school. Me cry me economists. I make kind of I can see the government will be creating jobs or creating napco. No me in some for workers. And no me are buying workers. But steady when messages now what they send, you know, so that you don't treat anybody here as ignorant. Nobody is ignorant. I say. Nana Adolfo no say that's very very good. If you discussion am here ni nim dia am share no. And I Wilberforce Kojo Wilberforce Makan with sorry Emmanuel. Was say God helps Ghana to bring a better future for your youth because they say they are serious. And Obey Makusi or say Dr. Rivers, you are making me proud. Na asema Kenya toss sumu papa. Ericus jingles and I say so. It's so astonishing that they become unquestionable millionaires and get away with it. Hey, Ghana hapa there. So your politicians you and also home bra large loss and my only vim lady and pay me chow no panel pay for saying na and Abranti Deborah Hager was it good morning sis if you unim say me ton pure water ice kenke any meat pie na me use sika na kwakoto ice blog na ma sign bi ato eja any anwia na makwakoto meat pie no. I don't have money to buy even an oven or a refrigerator, but I have no option because there's no job. Instead of them creating jobs to employ the youth, no many idea no. Omu nyina acquires a contribution. Hey, and son on my ye. No mu you are master be catch say. Yen 200 Ghana enfa kosi cathedral. And what the account hey with exclamation mark catch say. Utubi say ne machine pa. Theophilus Tete. So share and Afia so wise man say good morning if you Edward Echo Aqua so good morning. I'm watching live from Agona Duakwa and Isaac I'm here also so share live ya da asese munya mo hwe na mo send messages ni mo comment any ade amodeba ajima Esther no say to his excellency Dr. HD Nana Adodanko Akufuado letter 10 and watch baba we dey because me kan program say 12 o'clock na eguso kan until we will make it another day when media metimi summarize am buge ekua no say but we don't have to attack someone's view just read and go share boss but now read and go when you come and attack any of my panel members omo ya crache for makosua de akoye omo PhD wa wo send message woni PhD won so so a wontu obi esika mo nkosua de me brepa ansa ne apa omo chopa ansa na mpanifo ya ba to dey bi am messages am sending nti omo to omo ba now betra now be sending message now so you want to impugn on the integrity of these noble men o papa crying rule omo level o. Now that one I won't allow you to do that. I won't allow you to do that. Into me, I'll read the comment and I'll give you a rebuttal. Me the punchline crab account. Me style no. Until I say I need pono colleague. Who to me question. But I will not allow anybody to disrespect any of my panel members. Omi ni park to us. Your papa no no. Ka di need yourself with the ginger. What I say? Ti me mo bia me di obi papa tem. E program we so. Abra onye tax collector onje o tax money. Onje tax money o ono a okoni school okochi school fees o chana drink about the state of the economy now be send message I will see read and go I will read and comment until pa me send it me fire will be ebe on share ablade Afia Kumasi film lady I have done everything wrong to I say have I done everything wrong please why am I saying that every time you come on TV and I send a message you don't read it. Oh, ina na me reading ti Sunday bra me read am. Ebrantie Samuel Sintete. Was it please our leaders were regrouping to hit the streets. A new revolution is coming. It's not South Africa, it's not Nigeria, but Ghana revolution. But your revolution, the best one, your mental revolution. Yeah. Mental revolution, a dream revolution, youth, you know. Ya de benya new ideas, ya de ba be di o mon form party, ni ento mamo. Ya revolution e be kunkum ko, we twem sa level no. Twem sa level, you shooting ko for take shooting we nyansa Ghana. The revolution we need is what Bob Marley spoke about, mental emancipation. And here youth no starting to mental wisdom, nyansa, yafanka nye edidi atem no. That is not going to solve problem. Ibrahim Mohammed, also good morning, Vim lady. God bless you. Na catch Dr. Said Boachi say me say amin yakopon chano so. Kenneth ya obo ahene no say if I'm impressed about the public private partnership. Theory na Dr. Reveson Opon and Dr. Said omo kan ho as in fact Ghana ne be ko na anima here industrial development. Na no just a public private partnership na betimi aboa. Ankran kran nyuma ne aban kabom ne aye na kaya anka de Dr. Said Boacheka say regional industrial parks anka aye ni nyina ma create enuma emrante no eye bi Isaac Sesum also please can you help relay to the government to make sure say NAPCO trainees no permanent workers in a contract no it's coming to an end you you nana ya wentri also Ghana yanka say your problem na we are the problem yen Ghana for no we are the problem it's also the message I was sending aba no and Theophilus Asamo I say if you 100 Ghana contribution for the cathedral is just a format they are playing with our intelligence vim opano no thank you sir o my educating me no paper me so nema bebre Mr. Spencer Kuku Spencer wo moderate ni kwa dey say kwa Naspa radio ever London also share ever London Asari Henry also on also UK and no share Asari Henry that say also o share no send o message Robert Kumsi also star if you blast pa makacho who send message by you obi wa dia me answer me money pa kono kwen you ano me na me you ano e wa say obi papa a very important person Mukala Jonas say sister if you the country needs to be fixed. But I have a problem with the fix the country leadership for placing the problems of Ghana over 60 years at the doorstep of President Kufuor because you know no na bet na Ghana 65 years ni o man na chia okay but obi so beka say no not here konya say so that's why they probably are saying that Uncle Ato what time I come to Uncle Ato say if you are me man open good morning Uncle Ato yakopon ensure so na on share so send this message we e dey amaye Facebook any YouTube comment any I can tell from refi ni ehwe kwan a ye betimi aboa na ya solve on mind nankasa problem going forward no how do we do it also Ghana ni no what is your role a obeye na yetumi aboa Ghana economy no indicators no ne ma wodo but just a quick one on YouTube Isaac Okpoti or say please there's a problem in Ghana Water Company when you apply for a pipe they will take your money without providing for the service 5 months if ya minya hwe pacho oboti sanka o maye hu say receipt e chese we cause you can't just make allegations unza high TV sunti o receipt e chese we tia me kwa kodi eche wo yama neat and also if you are good morning let's speak the truth the man is let's speak the truth than just demonizing politicians. The hardship is across the globe. Pacho Dr. Said Boacheba first no kind no. Dr. Opomba ono cry Norway, UK, US, any idea they have all said it. Pacho don't have selective listening and come and send us a message and say that. They have already indicated that it's a global thing. They are not attacking politicians by saying that Ghana no we could have done better if the right thing and that's all they are saying. Omo attack you bia and Mercy Bafo no say good morning Mercy was delete message no Gilbert Ofoso am say Ghana's biggest problem is leadership everything rises and falls the leadership ne ya ebekoyi enya achia and Kwama Kok or say love the slogan mental revolution if you are a good yina no Abubakar Seidu no sister if you are good morning pa talk about the Biafra kingdom in Ghana. Biafra kingdom be any Ghana pacho. Ghana is Ghana, is the sovereign state of Ghana. There cannot be any kingdom in Ghana. We have a sovereign state bakope. May introduce you Bibia. You be charge you with treason. It's the highest form of a crime. Okwa on baby. We year off for honum. Mercy Bafo Osusa na Baba Austin was a very educative program if you are on YouTube no dear banner Eric Mensah so YouTube was my dear be objective to if you when the people criticize your guests you take offense. Also be objective to if you when the people criticize your guests, you take offense. Yes, you can't criticize my and yes, you can criticize them and disagree with them. They don't have any power. I don't know better what you say no. Ghana tax. The people who are collecting your tax are there in Jubilee House. And these Indian people no matter Ghana tax there. So the questions should go to them. They experts drink keke. So just disagree with them. It's okay. But you cannot criticize them. No. Your friend saying Alexander Anderson or him lady we should blame the current constitution for the country's problems and no na problem we nyina aba because senka constitution na amfa power nyina ma ba akofo and a politician ni nipa bi take advantage and perhaps Ghana would have turned out better than it is now and Isaac Yeboah say politicians only do what will favor them. But they will practice everything. Lord forgive them and their families for dear. Omaye ne Ghana ohia adokro Ghana sano. And Mercy Bafo say if your paperwork no say the Dr. Pokua upon kind of paperwork no doors or do brofo no doors or do practical no ground. yankɔhwɛ sɛ dia countries bi aye na yensua bi na emwa yen epa ewo ho Messi bafo no say why should Accra alone pacho eno ye figures na me about revenue say ye tua tax in Ghana omo che say Accra ni Kumasi Ghana tax mu dodo na 80% ho na free yaka no bibi an che dem free home ba kotena Dr. Ponka no so obi nam kwan bone so a no kotini koko now ana kotini mango now so obetua tax ono ko ye ne ya but ya de na tie kakra agusu mpo na kwan ne senye kota mpo na eda so a ka so ometua 1 cedi kra o market day a obetua anti ano so ka ho yo ha na ha so aba dream big empire say we dey enkofo de obe kan nkofo bia say we didi ate mama read the message no cause me mo bia me charge me with defamation and na Messi bafo o say well ye kasapa na we sua bebre e dey free comment e dey ba na busafo yankọ na fa final comment e how e betimi affix enema ekoso Ghana ko youth ni bebre amohwe ye no mu here jobs mu here adwuma bi na obi asande say napco yentua o mu ya better ya resolve the problems with napco be yesika ya na ekomo doc say yentumi nya ise e bobosia nti ye bobosia na de what is the fundamental solution to Ghana problem doc says obi ka say yakọ 65 years na brofo na bedi abro wi ya gold ni bi ni enema de ko ye na nanom kra nkomo ahode nkom be build Ghana economy ko wi ya bebre ko ye nti is it not the case say baby a free ban nka say be che ansa na eduro say ka say be solve Ghana fundamental problem which is the na waka say yesika ye gie no ene de ye di no ebo ebra de ye gie to no ye ketekete de ye di no so do so nti de bia ebo be se na ye di nti ye nko ba bia da NDC bo no so bo se ye NDC bebo bi egumo sa o se ye ntumi nya ebo se ano
se ne we no bae no omo sika wo man mo ba so mo nti sa na NDC so obi pa na show mo so mo
ye fie ha ya despa media na do be e ba ye obe ye tiska so come there nti ye se eguso
bo to boase e mamu no e nto boase na wa dwene nhehye ne kakra na wodo akuduru enya ayi yesi emfa prekope ntwa from na e kan se me du baby ko na
untumi fi prekope
empose enti ento boase na wa plan na ultimate do certain stage yesi chinchina obayi bibia pomp wa hwe ya bosia so na de ko yesi adwuma we if you cross kokra na wa save na wo de ya wa so hwe ne ye na chanfa se bosia na wakobo na wo de yesi adwuma we ento boase
but dog given the pressure wo aban so and enye MPP aban we nko NDC kra ban na aban president mama nti na ode ahmete ko ye less dep no pressure youth no ye pa adwuma ye ko kai less dep youth in drumming youth in pressure nti unemployment nye na pressure pa wo nti sa pressure aban be ye den na wonya abotire se de ka se nto boate na wetimi de deliver
menka asem ba ko yes who two okrafo na who two
momone
sofo yeah ka politician dey no the citizenry also have issues ya na yete ha so abrochire omho ato mo koso a holding papa now so they don't complain like Ghanaians complain
sir
obi kura master's degree with security man master's degree o security man obi a onu kura SSS ano bi kura onyu SSS onu ni nyina na adwuma ba ko
me bra pani bi all law school wey UK no ye security
e dey intimate security nchira mo
bebe Ghana students bebe minim Fordham New York Fordham oye penny wo Ghana oye lawyer oye ni masters of Fordham oye more restaurant oye waiter we restaurant
KFC at to the stand say Obama baba ye mark kwai no okoye more restaurant no na ni age Ghana one be yesa enti ye kaga politician ni aka Ghanaians get up and do something, man. You cannot just sit on your ass.
When they approach from now, you do something, man.
Francis open the improvise man all the time. Kakrebi or what is so because say on one of course ni jano the any meat pie. No. Nah, I shouldn't go there.
No, dog, I was here. Mental emancipation. I told you be a young for no so ye can.
My memoir. Na du baby na man tete ho. Oh ba bi o ne ba crash na chi na o yesa adwuma yo. Na mama nte so aban na improvide ma. Men ka sa ban na enye na afam dey. They should. President Kofo in fact ya na o ye ne ma bi am energy ho nyanyima nyina no ye but o site na bi because we all support no.
Oh but
me dem in support obi ya. What's what provide enable event for wa o ni adwuma na se o ye kwadwofo. Na man fo ntia se du baby na no correct. aba no so ye na afam de na finances si na afedu makoy camouflage policies bi ti say ye provide jo na enokra na esakele onye na afam de na wo law enforcement bia ye adwuma na won so apage sorry won so ye creative so I'm saying something. People are more graduating with university degrees now. They be enter into food business.
Yeah.
That is the way to go.
To start.
And your tire na bosume kura wakati ano enso. Even kura ma you school kura na papa was asibi kura what you are training no. Oko satia you do it better. Now papa kura wan go school what me you kuya ahwe. O papa wan go school da. O ma me go school da. O nima so no na crash na chi. O de ahwe na o wi a. O sa agriculture nye. Wo betimi apes anya funding bi kura na papa on timinya. So the youth should get up.
Yeah.
The youth should get up. They who so fit in the rest of their hands. The more abandon so young more than so, you see Becca.
Sir.
All them children. Into a two-way affair and your one-way affair.
I like to the dog work on that last 2 weeks. I'm a doctor at Sante, University of Ghana, political science, Casano, senior students be a Greek, a Jumeni ho. But boy and I met on toast or Madina, I didn't Madina market too. Nti boy ni wie na opa adwuma wo nya adwuma na wakwaje ne maami market no no waye ne maami sika kakra de ye container no ne maami to ade waye ne kama e na waje plastic containers ya fita yi nti ne maami ntoos no ono na teachers na mo che o ma de dog ko yire bedi dwa me ko ntoos ni ade no ono age de ntoos gu box we mu je ne gu box we mu me ko gu box we mu waye no plastic cups containers no wato no de egugu mu to ba ya no say dog duru a no de egu ne ka mu na dog di coffee o de ensuo aka ho pure water or the bottled water innovative university no ko no and na ma mintos no am wasan de nti mintos no ko na different on ton no kentemu or the plastic boxes containers o mo clip no ha ne ha no and no de gu mu no o medjom covid buy wo frɛ no o friend na no wa hye wo be pack o car no de esisim gloves hye ne sa wa sanitize no de esisim otua ne ka pa ukọ ana wo de momo no wa frɛ uber ana wo dispatch rider no wa beje cause plastic boxes intino ensei no no ade ama na de ko me can to support asema ka sa branch o wi university o on ka sa aban me fa na adwuma kakra no no so ye ena ne maami eja pade odi eja no obetimi aya mo kyena be no besi tomato factory ya okay make us say binary for atomic energy omo center no ye tissue culture no omo etimi entos powder omo etimi aye entos no ma twensuo na fi entos no ama omo powder entos no ti se pepper meko yeso na efe na shawo meko yeso na ya meton body na banche na meko ni ati o te da meko powder
no baby e free ye ben na mo west na de minti da
mi wa meko powder na sana na mo frɛ no a shawo meko je say no mo ka say ne sa 224 man na mo fasting but it's convenience enti Omo say powder. You hear Johnny so odin suo afrana de aye we. And you can go and buy it and say, okay, me person me supplement, person me agency agent wa say. But obi ahwe aban. And na the door ko kai na aban so ehwehwe animu ne politics intino. O say meye so ni sika wo de betu workers. Because the more you take the workers and the more you pay, the more there's pressure on consolidated no. Revenue no so so.
You do be say education. The educational system read and write and go and in education no sa free SSG buy na the technical field na dey amount for even entrepreneurship training and development in a part of the main curriculum ni pa no nyina do be call for some call do no be creatively no so establish no so akọ enti
example you come mo share entrepreneurs program you come mo share
it me capitalize o mo kra no not for free money. The problem we Ghana and say abanaka so be mamuska ko yedwuma abansika say free won tua o ko chini tumu so of course meto atua no san nyama ni nyina should go. There should be responsibility in the system but that responsibility things will not work
very true dog
want to see how can you cry na o be konkona ne bo nye den o be kona ene de okoto makola di afa bag na de be yepe enso wo package I think say so here a budget say call youth side on job here. You fa ho because they can one say. O maka no kre wo 71% constitute the youth less than 35 years. 71% of the population. Now, and say no kind school no say obi akobi say obi kuta 3 masters with no career path me kira de me busa adna fa course we in pen bebre but I be any so what is obi even okoye and so eno crofia me kote command lecture guy be to like asame kan on tani o Jennifer no din komo na say mamusa no ade tina o choose programming also ne papa no so choose it we say one pass ya na say one be ye de o sua no ho ya
oba be su na aban me adwuma nso de ya che no kwa sua hwe
attitude no nye third year onye internship akokra enso me papa ma on tena say onye internship long back short back over industry don't even ask for money volunteerism ade ni Ghana me call Russia me volunteers me kwanim apart so officer mo hanyoma o mo hanyoma pa how active you are ana o volunteer na wo sua de me sua de me kusho say the energy sector na de ma sua na de ba so that's here because me the more to ho say me sua me engage me network eti me komanim pa e wo adwuma semu me to kwan ba bi no manko conferences here makasa was more than 32 conferences globally so but Ghana ha because sacrifice our time 1 hour cry baby bia now or train ho se skani ma o ma so attitude na do kano ye ni entrepreneurship no school no enchre system no so ye nye say yanko me na mpese me ba na sasa kakra ye produce a lot of petroleum engineers a lot omo ko hin tell afa 5 here na afa 10 and so tech produce by 50 you might be produce 20 suyan de yo ko fo dia wo omu yom ko hin I think I said about so to me sad way because what you has a capacity building
yeah our budget and what your support for the na do ko kind of private bodja ni adenta for one of them need the MBSSI for the
yes
but the same problem na do ko kind of so say omo musika o ya ba na wa me yes
thank you
into ontu ya
of course but I'm very happy say or try say prominent among these challenges is persistent skill gap among our youth.
Okay.
And a recent survey indicates that 50% of local employers report misalignment of or inadequacy of skills in the market. And I'm making only botaye bia or education there. Or question be now or the PBI. But said what so we interview said didn't now apply a company because me papa na me apply. So nankasa ni interest in your badjuma wankasa hu attitude no. So no so go.
Any way you my
oh yes
I think one of the things you bet me about bit Dr. Educhum Abaso. Say me hu say o my policy be MVTI vocational and technical education.
Covered
me hu say omo sesa no omo revamp no omo the more funding na shame o my bibi kro omo training ema wo welding and now omo ye refrigeration and my mechanics.
What do you boss see? Last time na play
I mo na mo oil and gas industry marine welders.
Me say
ya kofa togo fu yeah as Ghana for boy si bebre na mo si ye adwuma ni o
Australia
for Ghana ni kro be say
o Togo ye di free Australia neighbor last time
marine welders
oh yes me free Dubai na me call Australia Ghana batalo abadwuma unu ni first degree biomedical engineering
engineering
what talk ko suya welding or expert wa ha oje more than $20,000 yes
welding ensuase welding
oh yes marine submarine
ye ni Ghana for omo yes adwuma ni bi
say bian so kan omo training neighbor and I dey petroleum commission ya dey on pa omo localization ya omo dey buy yi any marine project yi ni ba na omo dey Ghana for me no atache no 4 years time na omo take over but say omo implement say ye adwuma ni nyam nanim because obi broni adwuma ba ye no you better to Ghana na yam na $5,000 not $20,000 and so magana ni mra mesua ye yema $1,000 Ghana
yeah and also equal inequality payment system
here na for talk yi any omo oil and gas company because adwuma ye no so ye the same thing so broni jan be normal me my enjoy be that uni ufie uni ukro ye adwuma o ye expert me boa but ye hwe look for no so na enkoya
but person will come more to the fact say some of the I don't know one of these some a labor person by areas are enuma air bands we nya Ghana for last week the labor consultant pa ko by Mr. Ata no chem say be carpentry it's a real estate company so
e
started say ba carpentry omo ye POP num ne ade alukubo ne ade yes say omo fi Togo ni Benin
yes
it's Ghana for boys into ye kan mo kam ho bom say be 10 20 na ya kire mo eh ne ye to ne ye de social media ne ye de one day CD data ne ye de di atam san ni wa adwuma da na Togo for na e be ji sika ekodi
unim de omu so Togo ni no ko fa no oba odi no kure
yes
eno so ya asem
ana ne bo so efo
eno so ya asem
o ko fa Ghana ni a do think na ha no ankasa no buso no or play games with your intelligence
eno kure
on obe price material no price no
yes Oban me will be there no I frustrated me don't mo bu me say see anopo ye kodi dokuna ba ombe didi e na abo be 10
by day
10 o 10 ombe ye djuma be 1 ye kodi say me want to go for no this is one real estate company owner or catch me say omo ba omo ni obi a Ghana nti yard ho no say the ntabo dan kra na abeba they will sleep there no mbe ye djuma fra homa che kosi anajo it is 4 days obe make sure so we djuma no 4 days Ghana ni ade obe ye no 2 days no or the 2 weeks eno kwa say the dog ko bebu
yes
me so koto ade obo
how dey find law enforcement ni e American eno no
oh me obi dey ne ka abbo be ka to me say ko why me am
insurance very
me sa ni kwa me because waste of time
the system need a total fix
obi obe down fixing and who will fix it
no leader na be fix na ho
no
what mama
no what stand it
na no ko ba no be stand there Ghana for one Chesika ma de bia nti na omo send message na me fire omo no one ko Chesika onto man indum ba so be enim say indum ye technocrat then onto oba kabro for my iska o me iska wa ma
the system need to be fixed
needs to be fixed
the American say the opposition the ruling government omo poto everything omo transit there you be complaining opposition ni ruling government omo transit no say man ye nyina na yo
yes
committee level ma transit no mo fa anya sem nyina ni
no dog and them won so edikan o
I asked my me but I was advisor over at the Ministry of Finance and sembo hu na ya na ask from but ultimately kan omo transit no mo face country no no think it together on long term they can if they want to the resources baby if you Ghana could add it to
they don't they see it now we are blaming NDC now NDC so blaming MPP obi about PPP and Ghana is stuck say baby a osha budget indication na baby a grow a service ankran in that say ankran companies now me anu ho na politicians they may feel because they've all seen a hopeless situation
strong leadership
obi to me feel abroche but no be set up a company no I frustrated no
asako
oh yes
no asako
obesako
ono obe bi adwuma no I frustrated
no obesako because me buy na me vision
oh
say me span akram say ma bi akukura mental say no kra managing no etina o go for Ghana ni ba e ba be adwuma krono no de ba yeah one hwe obey ye odwuma no pasam but wouldn't so the entire no why bold na why sa no wouldn't go police station
enko si hwe
enti abani dwuma no the make no abani dwuma no nye to create job directly fix the system case na court wa na say judicial independence your independence if you are not using it effectively you should be checked
but who will check in that case no I don't know say
na dey o I to abama or no you are responsible one na what you should me to me cases they have to sit down and decide on cases case way in here 1 month case way in here 2 months case way in here 5 months woman stress why e be question na judges have to be able to finish trying those cases.
But the president can wait chief justice obi be ka say interference with judiciary
independence who fast one say MOB and co-influence. Name say who independent one utilize in a year. Who nim fast so. The judges and the police and others they have to be checked. The way go about their work has to be checked by those who are accountable to the people. Because the man and co president no more parliamentarians no more accountable. Judge now one of the thing baby people don't know what is going on. I'm not saying say actual case president income to ensure efficiency the government, parliament, and others have to come and create a system, a better efficiency of a system. What allow that system to go on now? Obesity now, Osisu now, because they find it.
I think
that should stop.
Doc, the all kind of President Kufuor by fast track high court. Maybe after President Kufuor, the Nkoba omo bedidi na chinya besi na nado so should also have strengthened the police system no more because they say Ghana won't say police want a prosecution. Nti investigation also so to be a problem. Prosecution also see a problem. Think lawyers here do me say they cause o ma broach am matna police for lawyers na prosecution no. Yeah, the lawyers be cry call into AG officer all the prosecution from the lower court, circuit court, all the even magistrate court, all the way to the top. Prosecution bia a beya lawyer nebeya cases never contempt.
Say obisi so na otifa kon. Enya me obi ayo. Esisi aba of na otifa usuro. Because process no be go through clan no. What they put aside the idea empese be kan ho ansem brabo ne ade no. Time wasting.
Time wasting.
Let me as I talk about the politician, I can talk about the judges. Judge never case, case I show 8 o'clock. 12 o'clock na judge never. 2 hours was a journey case. Why should he continue like that? Are they not paid? Are they not paid? It should be checked.
Actually, be a judge
this
should
not be allowed to continue.
Judge was sitting 2 or 3 courts.
Then employ more.
Well,
because it is critical, essential. This is highly critical.
Okay.
And it's all busy there. You be make home because when I year, we cost about for machine. Now, it's gonna be invested. Now, we should be basis into invest here. Economy of policies in Nina.
No, where they only have my Professor Sari, because Professor Sari for as long as I've known him, for law students on Betty at the end of the go through. No more lawyers. And I say, I'm more crying here. No, come on, said, okay, judges and Lawson. Until lower court, so the lawyer cry or so on being a cry, no, the lower court, so betting me a year tomorrow. Now, I said, minimum and many a legal aid for Casa. And I'll be a them 13 years, dog, 13 years. Wrongful for a incarceration. Oh, until a fee and then no legal aid for the Kohun case, no. Until judge be no or free legal aid for a branch case, you are him. Who said no, where the said one year case in Quenya Council. There was no proper evidence. A brown more trial. Into legal aid for Kodima, Fanny Ama Abantiano. Ye be you po. But I feel no multimaje, a warrant no from court. A court name was so share Abantiani case, somebody prosecuting man. There was not that much a yintino. Court a giant. After 13 years. Into a fairness, a legal aid for able to me on Besamba filing another proceedings. For be a compensation.
Yes, very important.
But what the 13 years of your life destroyed? And no, dog can was someone very passionate, no. Nipa a demo, nipa justice denied. And you know, we will be born and not the commodity could journey team because people GDN also in your system, nimuno from police to judge. GDN no form. Until you document me no enya asemwa. And yes, Antonia man, no nipa no dia Oh, because but then we should build confidence in the system for Nipano.
Yeah. And none the better attract investors, domestic and foreign. Yeah. And we say, who see me? Minya justice.
Thank you.
And I'm saying, Minister Cabesho, Minister Cabesho is secure. Now, yes, secure one of these Cabesho. Who do you got a curriculum crimes and for so say, oh, cannot go to a group.
Doc, major final comment. Any final comment? About the I like the last person in idea, which is the role of Ghana for no so yesumai. Yes, abroche because Ghana ni no Johnson car kwan hono. Ghana no to ball agu odu abroche pa onye no yesterday. Tiade na ye had with him we can just get away with murder. Also because of the dog kind enforcement ni ye camera bi anche no. Our abroche o Johnson kwa camera hell.
No, na me catch.
What dey rough na he? Na red light. We do fi any umbrella yi ticket. Opa mentua.
Me nyasa.
Opa mentua.
Me nyasa. Now Ghana be kona police ni kra na gina ho. Next so wo jana chena na mu gina maye. Do no be chew no gina ho yi.
O ka so chu bia because everybody do. It is system. And no government role. And yes, meye we promise campaign time be duro bia. You study the all honey promise be. It's not the best thing to do.
Yeah.
It's not the best thing to do.
Even say a ticket, this one one of the things that we can implement easily in Ghana.
Oh, sports fines.
Sports fines. And no own chesino. Every year be a year road ready. Into what do kind of call DVL and I say union to fines are. Yeah, mount what do you call it? Yeah, renew mount. Maybe hey, it's right here.
Maybe digital address system na that. Omo dey buy no more yen but yen who how mo use no. Perhaps
I mean that can take time, but at least say you ma fine na about phones or application. As a composer so be any application or card details na wo di e match na wo so. Enti say enyo kana otwuka na so wo dem wuba. Onya fine say wo hu say onya fine. Matew. E na go tua. Enya sa 1 year time okoye road ready a year ni ma. And na police ache. Na ye njai bribe on the street, no?
And it's doable. Tema Development Corporation TDC me wo masa sibia omo you pay by a omo no ma send notice but your ground rent.
Yes.
Ason, we ason.
Beautiful.
And then you paid by go and pay in this account.
That's it.
Omo mbe Jesu ya send do bibia kona koye the needful. But we have answer ya beje final comment. Ma menka o say Lumi Trust effective a drive betimi de kum malaria. Unim say the artemether lumefantrine and egum. Enti sa malaria bi pese aju say so de nso no yes to talk akrakra ya pine tontom enti ntina ma malaria bi amejo entontom no de oba ode obi we say o ase bonsam no ode vim no ode beka wo ode namaso hwenhwen obo wana pa waka say kra de omo ba kra omo nye noise o obo wan so waka no atwe moja no pompe parasite o e de gu ni pedem enti misrewa Lumitras ebo papa wo no bi ene ugu hei wono mo a atameta lumifantry wo me beboa wonya hoden 3 days no waye eyi ni nyina awie na chesa hoden na ba awo ko onyuma so se ne wo ton ade oni ade se de do kan ma ni bi wa enkra hye wo machi no wo de ton ice water enso hu be ma no ne enyim yo ma o kan ba no esi abontin sa enso kakra nipa be di enti hard working people a almost Ghana mighty mama malaria emejo enton kra no mo fie nso nia trouser na odi amom trouser 400 kum emo wa ne sunsun tape wo em no ne ade nyina efin kra no eye ma obon se de bia no mo ahoden o madam ma ene ne de critical issues ebro no doc for member ho ne fa final comments
we dey na me mo no taw the me kan twa to ne say so he budget na aban no wadwuma ye ebeyedin but adebia no se wo de osi oni so obeya obetimi aye na be chane den say botawo da sin so obeboa 71% of the population which is the youth no ama omanya informal and formal education and capacity building no obeye na asema Dr. Saidi kan no about debt repayment no so kan one advice I dey man say out of 3 billion yeah represent 71% yeah emubi omo settle any set up bailout and na ye bobo so yi yeah nanka ye signing good contract anka we na anka ma wa huti yen ma yen ko legal system no our legislator is becoming a big weak contract system no yen hwe ni ye sene be ya yen fa o how emba yo so because o how no ba o minus wa ebeba wo so omampanyin no so ne politician ya yiso na yenhwe other informal sectors abetimi de adwuma ba one other key area na be ka meka amantiman kan tourism Ghana ha ye bi bibria ibetimi ya develop amambrofo yi atu plane aba omoko Tanzania de bia ko hwe waterfall anamuntima Kentampo waterfall
ayo
kwane nye infrastructure ni ho abetima accommodate omo boti force ho I mean we have a lot of things in Ghana. Now you develop our mindset also against mental slavery and then do our best to help first of all ourselves and your man. Now, Vim lady, they make country at all.
You get that? No, also.
Media, the American say a ban aside, you know, revenue projection is very important because you might obey the see Casemno in here. What program or expenditure revenue na ma untimi nye ti abano mo yo revenue projection o mo hwe ne yi abra mo started 2021 budget at the start here ka say revenue yo ambitious and first 6 months bank quality nyina but abano omo make adjustment bia to the sense of bit quality all what they have projected for the second part of the year and sana the man almost short massacre is not realistic. Revenue is not realistic. Expenditure program in inti projection for revenue almost any.
And now
But Mr. Wade can na the massacre no almost slow down a little bit because the strategy they are pursuing is risky. It has some potential. The probability of it working is low, and it is risky. So I want to achieve the growth from more pursue or more social. It can happen. Say, yes, it can. It can lead the country into bankruptcy. And almost slow down. Abano slow down. Now you are abide asset here and no more concentrating. Law enforcement, you can effective fiscal management. Yeah, then na job creation, direct job creation, and big government does not help in anyhow. It can serve as a burden on the private sector. And the youth, finally, I'm sorry, Kakrebia with my Ibiano, some of us in free rich families. You see, it me, it push you it me a never be brave. Also, sorry now, push you with me, a baby. Abana boa and but abana more doesn't mean say abana on the board, you go form tea and 9 and say be ready to go into and capitalize on your capacity or their more. Be more.
Okay, that's a pa ne mo futu amode amaye but you know abemo tute no see if I'm just loving mo show na and mo ye no tumi say solid discussion nim difo ne nyansafo a yakopon adom wo mo nimde na akase yamanyofo no ebetie na chese ye de o se so aye oyo abranti we say ono de omo support national cathedral na yesie no tie de ho no a mo de musika ebekwa akotum bibi auto ewo yubi o say if I enjoy discussion na doc mo e de abapa confidence benura and also the reason why Ghana is Accra is a major tax paying region is because na companies be do omo headquarters no wo na ye spreading nyina na e do kwa other regions ha komo so benya economic boost na komo so betimi tax me Willie Shefa and also if I cancelled my Uber booking late in Ghana some 5 years ago but the driver asked for 5 cedis service fee. I did not pay. Can you imagine? I paid that money some few days here in the UK. Government needs to build systems because we are 5 years later UK for agencies can offer Uber no Ghana. It's a system no honma. Nobody can get away with murder. They really Shefa Aircan and no Osman Kwabena Okwan or see issuing tickets on spot fines is the best way to collect money from the country. Betimi aboano obian so di mrano eso. Nya say do ko police station afeni ebe joso na police ni driver no mo konka ki ho ni nyina hia spot fine ticket man onko tua eno ano na ko man no so nyiska e de aye niam ese Fata Razak Mola no say good morning Vim lady and no pedi for na kasa papa and na Morgan Richmond or say Vim lady please the issue about bad attitude or Ghana for home no say systems ni adwuma it will force Ghana for to do the right thing but once Ghana ni say the dog ka adwene da wutirim into so to bola to abonten so say won so say no system ni nyina na check ya broche for no bi nya de but some of them they just follow the law to so follow nen kakra yin na so Ghana enko na nim na nantwi no say if you are wise pa some penny for we catch them so mon samra bio. These are the people who Ghana for penny for also komuti omo na mo man economy 10 Albert no say my only problem is the white people they should stop giving Ghana the loan. Almost Ghana for bad no man say loan no dey ama Ghana but almost omo dey business o oma Ghana loan na urgency ho interest so no so dey business ntu ba beje dey obeje o country bed there na kwasa na chese Modeje Nana Kofi Bempon the second please if you the 1D1F government promised to support 1D1F promoters but they've disappointed almost 90% of promoters so just I say my bamboo factory can employ about 300 youth also 852 farmers in raw material supplies amode bamboo ne beba and so say omo disappointed no onya hwe ya oye nso nka ideas we ya nko no as a promoter nka ban so na se a ka we nko betimi aye ede aboa in fact China for ne Japan for the bamboo ye niam bebre enti we say me wo de mbacho send mo number why na Ghana Export Promotion Council me de obeko honum so idea ni good nko ade they will support you Donko Francis not good morning Vim lady you are doing a good job pa kache mo penny for so ma bin papa na kache vice president so my say economy no has been attacked by demons but about me say wan kasa o almost any propaganda see he never said say economy has been attacked by demons ebusan for me fancy anu say nyesa ye kan messages nya ebre ebedi aboye ye wia time ni bi kra account nyakopon ya adoma ye besan ye hia ye de ya consem na ye nua be ma Ronnie Nicole State Housing Corporation ne maame da form omo ye na yie wo State House and afesu nua be ma odame across so wo achim wo employment mo so ne maame da form ya ene womo kra no obi anso a odi hye bia no eye bia anso ehye onyakopon so enhwe so se de ba obetimi ama abusuafo ni nyina so arecheche sanso na omo di birthday Madam Edna Afia Kisie o military hospital 37 military hospital Ford ward honum also yema happy birthday se nyakopon shaw no ma enkwatente Madam Edna Afia Kisie ene your birthday nti obi anso a wotie ye so o ye den o ye da se so o twen Vim Foundation be court north this week akoche desk ama nkola schools under trees and kola ne te form o mo chọ form. This is what we do. Sa companies akese te say Live Boy ne Blue Band mesremo enya akola ba akon na ye be celebrate your trend wo Twitter nti nkola bebregu nkrase a omo bre omo da form no mo trade e bi ti niase under no circumstance should akoda bia be sa e ya ban asade basa mo be ye bia makrom ni akoda mesrewo nkrase fo nkola no munye bi mu omo eto de bia nkrase na ye kono fanta keke nkola no bo atwede no manya fanta ba akon no manom. No child should do that. Inti mesremo Blue Band Live Boy no me mu obi a mesremo family yankasa ye de beko ekrase happy birthday kese so nkoma honorable Nilai Afote Agbo AK Lion MP ananka ono wokpo nkatama so abato in fact one of the celebrated MPs Watemapani Nilai honorable yema echinkwa ne efensen enkwatente pacho Dr. Pon oso obi afa ne passport ayira mubebu ne kani ewo nyaho clinic mesremo mohu passport bi a Dr. Opon so mesremo o de fakoto baby me o de fabra UTV a drop keke nako we are not interested in arresting you Mr. Passport so any here because passport say biometric we are they want to me fanko baby anti Mr. Dr. Opon Dr. first name no kwai sen Riverson Opon Dr. Riverson Opon Mr. for passport and drop UTV o de drop nako Mr. wa for passport and bra enye sa na che say na biometric into year oyi na dipa nyina every so na Mr. wa na wait media ma mo so amahu agogo school na ye media to Facebook no nkola ne tete form ye pese ye appeal for fans na ya ankasa unim say ye dey run Dr. Despite but enipa gunu so bebre o mo gini sika nti nye ono kwa na betimi aye one desk ye 150 Ghana cedis and 200 Ghana cedis utumi to desk ba akoma ye ya ye de beko agogo ho na nkola no muti ni ase ne ade mo ba so no me system freezing ka me di pictures e che na ya ma ya koto desk ba kwa ma kurasi akola bi a otna form obedu classes no nya spinal problem onso pesa akola ne be panipa yesi future leaders e be de no hwe agogo fo nkola yi one desk pe 150 Ghana cedis and 200 Ghana cedis o de be kwa akogina boutique kwa hwe atade a obeto kra enso wig a obeto shoe a be ma obeto o tie ba akokra cap links e bro sa mesrew o de oba beto we agogo no for the end o mo da form esire mo da form e no mo trade o mafuru so o mo da form we ya asante achema gogo na tie tena ho ye future leaders tena say hwe school dan yo school dan Ghana ni o enye ba bia ye ne aye Ghana mesrew wo benya desk ba ko a wo de offer vim lady na wo de oba UTV ha desk ba ko wo de tobre yen open physical ne HSM enye sa so a wo de ye ni momo me ye de beko agogo ho na ye de akwa komankra under no circumstance with akoda to me that is my dedication so obi amakra me yesusu me lala sulala ni akonkra na se ni akobo ankola no se de ba omunyina benya decent desk decent classrooms atena wo mbeye ye see the school Vim Foundation ye see school dan wo amenem e wo Eastern Region e wo New Abrem district school dan na kankola ne te blog so Vim Foundation ko o me ko see school dan na mankra no nti we can do it ye ni volunteers ifrinkra ne akokoye oyonko dan no da me mankola o mko GIS na Blue Band mo akwa mo me misremo a mu de munya Blue akora bi ti akora se Blue Band magin kra on ta free bi kra da ti munya Blue Band bi mamia na ye de akora se Dr. Said ye bebo akora se why na nkora na e wo ho ne abebo mu nyina obi a deserve doc akora se ne oti swame kuma se swame o mu de munya akora se Mo ye guys.
Kuma sini na aka tree san.
Go and I say go omo ya abrochenti ase ni tree. I'm for critical issues ya damasi ya da production team ni nyina say. O kuma se 43 o.
O sa.
Ana. O tree ase.
Nkrase for ni tree.
Kuma se for the adane brofo. Producer Prince Obi Mpene, director of photography, edi team ni nyina, cameraman ni adi nyina. Ya na me refi edi ni bi mpacho ya damasi yakopo isha obi a. Mo amoko across no yakopo mfa monko. Na mo nkoye bibia mo samra boko mo huso emeto adwuma so nya say cameras edi mochi eda mase am mo nyina mo ni hwe ne anopi